There's so much going on with the NNP, and we're just getting started. From candidate launches to contests, events, and breaking news, be in the know. Get notified first about big events and announcements. Plus, we're here to listen. We want to hear from you. Leave us a comment, tell us what's working and what's not. Like what we're doing? Let us know. The NNP is working for you. Interact with us on Facebook. Come on, Grenada, get connected. Like us on Facebook/NNP Grenada and keep moving.
You do in 30 minutes. You could be on one of our 45 black and white sand beaches, or perched atop a lush mountainside admiring our stunning coastline, or slicing the Caribbean Sea on a traditionally built sloop, or adventuring off the beaten path, or hanging out with our underwater sculptures, or do nothing at all. Whatever you choose, an amazing vacation is only 30 minutes away in Grenada. Visit www.puregrenada.com.
Grenada's Prime Minister pleased with Commonwealth body for attention given to climate resilience. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the National Report, I'm Rakisha St. Louis. Grenada's Prime Minister has commended the Commonwealth body for discussions on climate resilience and helping small vulnerable states affected by climate change. He was speaking during a press conference Friday at the Commonwealth meeting now underway in London.
The discussion that took place at this particular CHOGM on dealing with resilience, climate resilience and disaster is certainly something I believe that the Caribbean would see as excellent music, because we believe that we have had enough of the problems over the years suffering with climate change when we are not really the real reason behind the problems that we have seen.
Dr. Mitchell also commended UK's Prime Minister Theresa May on her leadership on the subject of youth development in the region.
60% of the population of our Commonwealth, of people under 35, it seems to me that unless we take the concrete step that we took today and implement them, that we'll have continuous problems in the Commonwealth with our young people, particularly our male. I made the point when it was pointed out that Charles would likely be the head of the Commonwealth. And when asked about whether it was a positive mood, I thought maybe yes, in the sense that our young men need more role models. Where school systems are headed by female. The family unit, as you know it in the Caribbean region, I'm sure worldwide, females are heading most of these institutions. So it seems to me more and more we can have leaders in Charles and people like that to help to deal with those problems. I think we'll be heading in the right direction.
Minister for Education, Human Resource Development and Religious Affairs, Honorable Emmeline Pear, says she is happy with the response to a series of consultations with stakeholders involved in education. The consultation started just days after the ministry welcomed the new Minister for Education. Minister Pear says the purpose of the consultations is to listen and give stakeholders across the spectrum the opportunity to fully share their views on the challenges facing education. She signaled that at the end of this process, a national consultation will be held where all views will be considered to define the way forward. In the coming weeks, consultations will continue with other stakeholders, inclusive of a wide cross-section of students and parents. Minister Pear also hinted that several changes will be made coming out of the process and called on all stakeholders for their full cooperation and support. The Grenada Cooperative League Limited says it has recorded an 8% increase in membership in 2017. That announcement by League President Philip Telesford during the League's annual general meeting on Thursday under the theme 60 Years Fulfilling the Cooperative Promise. The theme also sets the stage for the League's 60th anniversary celebrations in May. Telesford said the focus moving forward will be to market the sector and build on the many challenges it faces on a yearly basis. To ensure this is a reality, the League has identified 3 priority services and strategic initiatives.
GCLL institutional strengthening and capacity enhancement to better serve the priority needs of affiliates. 2, staff development and capacity building. And 3, sector positioning for growth, including brand awareness and membership education. Already, the board has agreed on 3 key priority services to be provided by the League during the period. These are 1, economic and statistical data collection and dissemination, 2, market intelligence, and 3, marketing and promotion of the sector.
Minister for Cooperatives Honorable Oliver Joseph commended the League on its successes in promoting financial stability and economic independence in Grenada.
That cooperative promise is the desire to lead the movement in our region. That promise is fulfilling the hope of every Grenadian for financial stability and economic independence. And it's the creation of an institution that reflects the intelligence and managerial capability of our people. Your annual report revealed to me the role you have played in the last year to bring the regional credit union movement closer together.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
This year promises to be a spectacular affair as beauties of the Caribbean compete on one stage for the title of Miss Caribbean United. Come see contestants from the islands of Trinidad, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Nevis, St. Vincent, Anguilla, Dominica, Venezuela, Antigua, Dominican Republic, Margarita, Barbados, and host country Grenada. It's the 2018 Miss Caribbean United pageant, Saturday, June 2nd at the Spice Basket, uniting the Caribbean through beauty.
Welcome back. A drive is on the way to strengthen farmers' organizations in Grenada. The aim is to make them more competitive. Details from this Jerry Malcolm report.
I requested you to submit some of the areas you would like improvement in. I think that's what we're going to do today.
Strengthening producer organizations in Grenada. That's the rationale behind a series of workshops being held under a joint ICA-FAO initiative. The Northeast Farmers Organization, NEFO, and the St. Patrick Goat Farmers Association are among those benefiting from the Better Governance workshops.
It's a new organization, so it is very vital for the information as we look into governance and the capability of responsibilities and so. So I think the session tonight would enhance and help each and every one of us here tonight to get the organization going and to grow.
The session benefiting the four greatly. It is something that I, as a presidency, need to have the executive and the members in general.
I think this exercise in this season will help us a lot in how we give accountability and make decision making for NIFO.
I can see the revitalizing or the revitalization of NIFO's constitution will indeed help us to go in a much more effective direction.
Groups would have indicated the areas that they wanted to work on. AICA also did some assessment of the organizations last year, so again, a year into advance. So basically, based on the brief tonight, for example, we are just going to review essentials of governance and function a bit on and focus a bit on the bylaws. In other organizations, we will be looking at meetings in particular.
ICA's Derek Charles says the decision to hold these workshops was a calculated one.
Many of the groups we have been working with, they need it, because what happens is a lot of the times the people who know about it are probably the people in the executive or the board. And the people who are ordinary members, they are not involved. That's why this collaborative effort between ICA and the FAO now are going out to meet the group, the entire group, not just the executive members. And we hope that will make a difference.
The workshops are being facilitated by Sandra Ferguson.
Now to recap the top story. Grenada's Prime Minister pleased with Commonwealth body for attention given to climate resilience. And that's the national report for today. I'm Rakisha St. Louis.
There's so much going on with the NNP, and we're just getting started. From candidate launches to contests, events, and breaking news, be in the know. Get notified first about big events and announcements. Plus, we're here to listen. We want to hear from you. Leave us a comment, tell us what's working and what's not. Like what we're doing? Let us know. The NNP is working for you. Interact with us on Facebook. Come on, Grenada, get connected. Like us on Facebook/NNP Grenada and keep moving.
You do in 30 minutes. You could be on one of our 45 black and white sand beaches, or perched atop a lush mountainside admiring our stunning coastline, or slicing the Caribbean Sea on a traditionally built sloop, or adventuring off the beaten path, or hanging out with our underwater sculptures, or do nothing at all. Whatever you choose, an amazing vacation is only 30 minutes away in Grenada. Visit www.puregrenada.com.
so much going on with the NNP, and we're just getting started. From candidate launches to contests, events, and breaking news, be in the know. Get notified first about big events and announcements. Plus, we're here to listen. We want to hear from you. Leave us a comment, tell us what's working and what's not. Like what we're doing? Let us know. The NNP is working for you. Interact with us on Facebook. Come on, Grenada, get connected. Like us on Facebook/NNP Grenada and keep moving.
Finals Saturday, April 28th, and the grand finale May 5th at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Over $70,000 to be won. Come out and represent your parish. 8 weeks of exciting football. Pure Grenada Cup. This ad sponsored by Star Mall.
Government department or statutory body? Have you been a victim of unreasonable delay, abuse of power, unfair procedures, negligence, discrimination, arbitrary or unreasonable procedures? The Ombudsman may be able to give you some help. The Office of the Ombudsman was established to provide assistance to persons who believe that they have suffered injustice or abuse at the hands of officers employed by government ministries or a statutory body. Give us a call today on telephone numbers 435-9315 or 9316, or walk into our offices during the hours of 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. Our motto speaks for itself: justice and fairness.
Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new national party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.
For over 2 decades, Grenada has had one of the highest electricity rates in the world. In a non-competitive environment, the high rates have been putting businesses under pressure, forcing householders to cut, stifling economic growth. Oh my Grenada. Like countries such as Dominica, St. Lucia, and Jamaica, Grenada is moving to open up the power generation sector to competition. Oh my Grenada. Like with telecommunications, competition will spur innovation, ensure efficiency and reliability, and make electricity more affordable. The economy will grow faster, and in the end, the network company will sell more. With a stronger economy, electricity usage will increase, maintaining profits for the provider while the prices gets lower for the consumer. Power to the people. Oh my Grenada. In a liberalized economy, everybody wins. Liberalization is about the people of Grenada. Fair competition, fair prices, power to the people.
You're listening to Hard Talk Grenada via www.hardtalkgrenada.com.
What you come here for? What you come here for? What you come here? What you come here? What you come here for?
Okay, I know what you come here for. You come here for hard talk, right? Nice, good. Good morning to you, Grenada, Caribbean, Cupid, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. Well, if we had a Western Caribbean, we'd have say good morning to them too. Yeah. Also, the Northern, the Southern, wherever you are, we're saying a special glorious Grenadian good morning to each and every one of you. It's a beautiful day on the Isle of Spice, the most beautiful of the most beautiful. Yes, Grenada. My name is Sheldon Scott.
I'm Devon Romain.
And this is Hard Talk for today, Monday, the 23rd day of April, 2018.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
Nice.
the month disappear, man.
No, the month disappear, you know, man. Hey, the first quarter 2018 done. Just the other day, I had fireworks up in the air. They say Happy New Year, Old Lang Syne, may all acquaintance be forgotten, whoever that does sing. All kind of thing, you know. You had fireworks all over the place. Yeah. Man stumbling after they drink some champagne, all kind of thing.
Champagne is stumbling?
Yeah, champagne or stumbling from champagne, too much champagne. Yeah, and all kind of thing about New Year, New Me. I don't doing that this year. I don't going down. So this year is April. Forget about all of that. Already.
Long time, man. This is the 2nd of January.
Yeah, boy. Yeah. Started the year with a government with 15 seats, and well, kind of in the same situation again.
Yeah, kind of the same, no change.
One election later, we're still in the same situation
Situation. That is sad.
Now the faces in the parliament, some of them change.
Well, yeah, a number of faces in the parliament will change.
There's some nice, new, young, fresh parliamentarians.
Yeah.
Hey, Devon, and which reminds me, this Friday, you're going to have the opening of the 10th Parliament of Grenada, yes? So this is the 10th Parliament since independence. You're going to be having the opening of Grenada's 10th Parliament. Yeah, we had a little period that we really didn't have a parliament, you know, kind of between 79 and 83 when Devon and them wasn't behaving too nice. But
he had a revolutionary parliament.
Yeah, so during those days, right? Nice. But outside of that, no, yeah, you have, this is the 10th Parliament since independence. And of course, it will be, I do not think it will be at the new location. It's going to be at the old location, at the Trade Center from all indications. So those of you that usually go down or would like to go down for the first time, you should contact your constituency representatives and make sure that you're organized to head down there. And make sure you have your nice look at dandan and thing. It don't come with no kind of pants and I can't see the seam. The seam must be cut in breeze. If the seam don't cut in butter, it don't iron proper. Right? Nice. You know, fellas. No, man, something when you iron your pants, you have to see the seam, man. You have to see the seam cut in breeze. Yeah.
So sometime during the course of this week, we will hear more announcement as to the rest of the senators, hopefully.
Well, I don't know if we'll hear that then. Okay. Or if you'll get a nice little surprise on Friday. Yeah, a nice little surprise on Friday. I don't know. I don't know what would be taking place. I myself am not aware of exactly who they are and that kind of thing. Nice. Yeah, so don't ask me. I don't know.
I know the farmers has
Mr. Dunstan Campbell.
So.
Yeah, so farmers, Mr. Dunstan Campbell was a race between himself and Mr. Michael Church. So the farmers and fishermen had two capable people put forward, two very capable and competent people whom I have both have a lot of respect for both of them. I have a lot of respect for both of them. And I believe either one would have made a proper representative for the farmers and fishermen. And I believe that they've made a wonderful choice. I just would continue to caution that it's very important that whoever the representative is, and now we know it's Mr. Campbell, Dr. Campbell, Senator Dr. Campbell, Dr. Senator Campbell, I don't know how to say that one. I had to check. Peggy, link me up. Tell me how to say that one. Right? Nice, yeah. You see, these are the days that has missed the late Sir Paul Schoon. If I had a problem like that now, you understand? I pick up the phone and I call. Yeah? And I lose Uncle Jerry number. Then I call Jerry Romaine and I say, Uncle Jerry, how you say this one? You understand? And he say, you know, you say it like this, you know, and you say it like that, you know, you gotta tell me.
Or even when Winston White, you know, I saw him this morning, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
You gotta give me the correct thing to say. But anyway, yeah, there's still people I'm going to be able to depend on for that. Yeah. So, folks, the phone number, we're leaving the phone lines open for the entire program. 440-7377, because all kind of thing coming up. You have Fisherman birthday coming up. St. Mark had the gospel show last night, and they had the renaming of the bridge that took place yesterday. Yeah, they named the bridge Mappet Bridge. They gave the proper name.
Yeah, they gave the proper name.
Miss Ferguson or something?
Yeah, something Ferguson.
Yeah, something Ferguson Bridge, right? Yeah. So they gave it the proper name, and so that took place yesterday. Sherma, give us a call.
Yeah, give us an update.
Yeah, Sherma, give us a call and let us know how that function went. So that took place. Further south, you have the Fisherman's birthday celebrations. They're due to begin soon. The police, they have various activities coming up, social activities coming up. Remember, Police Week, it's coming up soon as well. Anytime you see this time of year, you have to know Police Week coming up as well. So you're going to be hearing from the members of the Royal Grenada Police Force over the next few weeks and months. You're going to be hearing much, much more from them. And, hey, at Police Week, make sure they do something for Steffi. Yeah? Playing that, you know. And a few good officers go within the last year, boy. Not just Steffi, a few officers as well within the last year. And during the ceremonies, make sure that you all remember them. Yeah, make sure you remember them. We'll have post-cabinet press briefing tomorrow, Parliament on Friday. So quite a lot. And over this weekend, it was quite a busy weekend again.
Quite an exciting weekend.
Quite a busy weekend.
The invitationals, right? I mean, it was It was excellent. It was a wonderful evening of sports and fun here for the Grenadian people.
Just an interruption notice here from the National Water and Sewage Authority. They would like the National Water and Sewage Authority is advising customers in Madays, Mount Fendu and parts of Snell Hall in the parish of St. Patrick that in order to facilitate emergency repairs to a damaged water main, you will experience an interruption in supply between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. today, Monday the 23rd of April 2018. Consumers are therefore advised, well, kind of late for that now, that was kind of a while ago, but they always advise, collect a 2-3 days supply of water, taking into consideration the needs of your family and pets. You see, I could say it exactly like others say it because they say it so much. Every program they have, they don't say it. Because I'd be very surprised. You don't see people calling afterwards and still complaining they have no water. They take water since last night and they have none and so on. Which is the reason NAWASA always says, please store at least 3 days supplies of water, taking into consideration the needs of your family and pets.
Yep.
Right?
Very good. Hey, a pleasant good morning to all of you on the lives. You know, wherever you are, good morning. Tia, good morning to you, my dear. And hey, someone just reminded me, a matter of fact, Mother's Day Queen Show, upper level, right? Right, upper level Mother's Day Queen Show. That's in May coming up. Peter Bain and his wife, and so they usually organize an annual Mother's Day Queen Show. Oh, that is one of the most exciting Queen Show that I've had the pleasure of going to, and every year it becomes more. You know,
Nazibi. So tell Judah link us the ad now, so you feel afraid to play it.
Yeah, Judah. I find you sticking.
Judah, give us the thing we ain't afraid to play it. You're playing that too, you know.
Hey. Mother's Day.
Yeah, man.
Mother's Day. I mean,
you know.
Come on, that is a special Judah.
Barrison, I feel good when I'm wrapped up in your arms. Oh gosh.
Barris is a class.
Yeah, man. Barrison, man. Yeah, George Nooks.
Yeah. Wonderful artist for that.
When in trouble, don't cry.
Yeah, don't try to sing.
I ain't singing this morning.
We have beautiful sunshine outside there. It's one of those days in Grenada, Carriacou and PD Martinique. It's beautiful.
Yes, indeed. Folks, let me also say a special good morning to those of you on the live this morning. Seeing Norma and Charles and Kim and Hermina, Louisa, Matthew, Beverly, Terry, the other Betty there, Jillian, Trevor. I seen Ala Aliu. Yeah, everybody is on to the live this morning, and we hope that you all are having a wonderful morning.
Joel out there in Canada, Toronto. Yeah, good morning to you, Sonia.
Hey,
and to all of you.
Ian in Canada.
Yes.
Yeah, let me do say in Canada. Ian here. Right, nice. Good morning to you, bro. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I wonder where you, man. I wonder if you're down on River Road. I wonder if you're down on the beach. A man like you, I know you must go and take a look at soak and that kind of thing, and you must get your little fish broth and all them kind of thing there. So I have a feeling it's something like that you're going to be involved in this morning. Nice? Yeah. So I'm saying a very special, glorious Grenadian good morning to you, bro.
Yeah.
As usual, it's always a pleasure meeting you here. When a listener to Hard Talk, especially one of those who listen all the way in Canada, that means that they have to sign in to the website, or not sign in, but they have to sign into the website. They have to go to the website, or they have to go and find the live and so to listen in. We have to appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not like they just click the radio on the station and they're on tape. They have to go and search for it. They have to look for Hard Talk. So we always like to say a special good morning to all of you. Yeah. Beverly, you and Matthew, good morning to both of you as well. And watch, I could even tell Ollie because I know Cammy go say it. Yeah, good morning to you all on behalf of Cammy.
Yeah,
yeah.
All of you all on behalf of Cammy. Mr. Watts, all of
we
you.
We know Cammy. Yeah. We can say that.
You say that. Cammy, good morning. She tell me she relaxing. Passed by her this morning. Yeah. She's just relaxing today.
That's one woman that could deserve to relax. And I know I go see her in Berry Show, you know.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I seen her there.
That don't missing Cammy at all.
Let me give you a joke. Berry's came for Mother's Day show a couple years ago. I think it would have been about 2011, 2012, somewhere there was a Mother's Day show.
Yeah,
2012.
Yes.
Yeah.
He
came for the Mother's Day show then.
Yeah, he came back.
Cammy danced in front of the stage there until she danced without her shoes on.
Yeah.
Cammy dance, she dance. I watch her and so I kick sitting. Cammy dance in front of that stage. She take off she shoes. She put she 10 commandments on the ground and she danced.
You know what I remember with that show? Doc was there.
Yeah, that's how I know it's 2012. Yeah.
The Prime Minister was also there. Former Prime Minister
Tillman
Thomas was there. And what? Oh man!
When they bring on Tillman,
oh,
you understand?
God,
When they bring on Doc,
it was a different thing altogether. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, so that show is coming up.
Yeah, it's coming
well,
up.
you find we advertising the man show. No, I mean it's
Nah,
something that
I
happening
mean,
on the island, so we saying it.
And it's something that is basically is an annual something. So it must resonate and stick within our minds. When Mother's Day come, we expect Judah Sunshine Promotion to have a big show. We expect that.
Yeah,
you know,
this year he get a double dose. Eh?
Yeah, he get a double dose. So
then I hear them guys and them trying to do one now for the
Father's Day.
Yeah, they're trying to do. I'm looking for something.
I think big things promotion. I think I heard that, and they say more details later. But hey, it's time. I mean, mothers, yeah, we appreciate everything, you know. But the fathers have their role and their contribution too. We have to give the fathers all the praise and thanks. And I know you have a lot of women out there who would love to show off their man, in a show like that. Dress them, you know what I'm saying? Put them in limo, rent, you know, and give them a night.
You see your man does tell the wife and thing what they want them do for them that day. Eh?
Well, sometimes
that is smart way of saying that is what they want on that day. Eh?
No, but
you understand, Brenda?
Sometimes you have to remind them, some of these women, some women, of what they need to do.
That's what we're saying it today.
Not all the time the men have to be in the forefront when it's Mother's Day and Christmas. Men have to be the one.
The man want lemon one thing.
You understand? You understand? Women are allowed to step up to the plate, step up to the game too. Treat your man right.
It's a limo service in Carrick. We'll get the limo down for you.
Yeah.
We go ask them to send it down the Alexia and that kind of thing. We organize it.
No, I'm speaking.
I know there was a limo service operating out in Calais.
Yeah, Calais.
I am not sure if it's still because I haven't seen one of the cars. I'm seeing the cars there. I see them there every day. I pass right there. Yeah. But I haven't seen the cars on the Uncle Benji, what going on? Tell me,
Benji more in the export and thing.
Yeah, so I haven't seen the cars on the roads anytime.
But Sheldon, more importantly, I'm speaking on behalf of not on behalf, but for the men, right, who have not been treated right by women over the years as fathers. You understand? I'm serious. Women, some of you had to step up to your game. Right? Treat the men right. You expect the men to treat you right when your day come around. Give us the same courtesy. I ain't saying more because I know it's true that answers are joke up.
See me? I have the phone numbers are 440-7377
and 347-329-3101.
Mother's Day, take a step beyond the gift of flowers, cards, and candy. A big step. And Sunshine Promotions has got the perfect gift this Mother's Day.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what is happening there because to me, I'm trying to play one ad by here into. Let me see. I'm trying to play something here and I find a hint. Let me see.
This Mother's Day, take a step beyond the gift of flowers, cards, and candy. A big step. And Sunshine Promotions has got the perfect gift. This Mother's Day, treat mom to a night of love. Celebrating mothers, it feels good. Featuring reggae legends George Nukes and Barrett Hammond.
Baby, I've got to call you out. I feel the need for you tonight.
Nothing says I love you, Mom, like an incredible night of music from two of reggae's best. George Nukes is set to deliver his greatest hits.
Don't cry.
And just when Mom thinks the night is over, enter Barris, armed with the classics.
Now Jack is the Mac and he comes around every Monday.
Mom could not ask for more. So be at the National Stadium for an awesome night under the stars. Tickets are going fast. Get yours now from all advertised box offices. $75 while they last, $100 after, or pay more at the gate. A night of love, celebrating mothers. It feels good. Featuring George Nukes and Barris Hammond. It's a night fit for a queen, your mother.
Yeah, no, if I end up getting tagged by Facebook because it have copyrighted music in that, me and only go a problem. Right? Nice, right?
Depot, morning to you, Depot. Depot, no.
Good morning to Mr. Ian St. Bernard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Depot, no, it's not thing. You just have to let some of them know. Some of them just forget their responsibilities and their duties.
The man skipped
No
Mother's
excuse.
Day. He skipped Mother's Day totally, and he reached the Father's
Yeah,
Day.
yeah,
and
yeah,
the man,
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
man
yeah,
getting
yeah,
talk and all kind of thing. You want this for Father's Day. You want that for Father's Day. You want limousine.
Yeah.
Dress him up nice,
No,
limousine.
no, not me, not me. I'll be well taken care of. Rest assured about that. But there are men who, I mean, who there and they crying out inside, but they won't say nothing.
Angelique, the man ain't dropping hints. The man telling them straight that way you want hints. Depot hints. The man ain't dropping no hints. The man telling them straight where you want. You ain't hear me complaining?
No, I ain't complaining, but there are some men, they know things bad, but they won't say step up and thing. And all the women, all they ain't getting off to do what is right.
Let me clear up another issue here before we go back to the Mother's Day and that kind of thing. And folks, as we said, the phone lines are open. You may have an issue in your area you would like to call and so on.
Yep.
We know that there has been some issues with water as well in the Springs Belmont area. I know that some work was taking place yesterday. Parts of Belmont, I know, got water last night, but there's still a problem in certain areas in Springs with water. So we hope that NOASA would rectify that problem for you. We know they're working on it. Yeah, people like Vaughn and them. Vaughn, wait now, Vaughn, happy birthday, bro. Yeah, sometime around now is Vaughn's birthday. I can't remember the exact day. But I know Vaughn in NOASA, who does go around and fix when them exposing him. Vaughn in NOASA, who does go around and fix them thing when people pipe and thing burst. Yes, that Vaughn. I know his birthday is sometime this week or late last week. I believe it's this week. Yeah, this week I believe is his birthday. So Vaughn, happy birthday. Either in advance or belatedly. One or the other. Or if it's just happened to be today, happy birthday. Yeah. So we know NOASA is working on that particular issue and so. Also, we had the Grenada Invitationals on the weekend.
Yeah.
Sometime during the program today, we'll be trying to make contact. Well, not trying. We will make contact. We'll make contact with Dexter Mitchell or some of the member of the organizing committee. And we know that we did have a very successful Grenada Invitational on Saturday.
Brilliant.
Yeah, boy. Brilliant mash up the place, boy. Yeah, it might have to get our stands over there in the Karani James National Stadium to Brilliant, you know. So it might have to be the Brilliant Taplin stand in the Karani James Stadium. We had the Aline Francic. We had the Aline Francic first. We got the Aline Francic. Then we could add the Brilliant. But you see, the thing is, it has so much name you had to call there that once you start to call name and you start
we have to build 2 more stadiums.
You
know, the stadium's building again, man.
If you go to section off parts of the stadium, they to give to man.
You go behind the seat.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
By the seat, that's going to happen.
Because how you going to leave out, I mean,
stepping up our
you have
game,
people
man.
like Sean Lambert, Hazeland Regis, you have Trevor Tweets, the late Trevor Tweets. You still have around with us sports administrator, netballer Vida Victor Bruno. If you start to section off the, well, I mean, we had to build about 5 more stadium in Shooter.
I mean, and well-deserved awards to any one of them because they have contributed.
This police officer whose name eludes me right now that had the javelin record.
What they call him? Modest.
Right. He had the javelin record for many. In fact, was only broken just a few years ago.
Superintendent Modest, I think.
Yeah, he had the javelin record for Grenada. So you have all of these people who have made their contributions. How do you measure the contribution of somebody like Goatee, for instance?
Exactly.
Or like Porgy Cherubin? How do you measure the contribution that they have made? Because Porgy is not only sports administration supporting sports in all different ways and so, and you know you could tell Porgy from a mile off by the walker. But also he has children who have done extremely well in swimming and so on as well. So it's how do you measure the contribution of all of these people?
And then you had one guy from River Road, Morris Bull Williams, who hold the record for the, I think it was the 15 or the 3,000 or the 5,000 for a long time. I think it's Carifta won his game. So it's a number of, great athletes, administrators that has passed through and are now running the areas in Grenada, and we must pay respect and give most of them who are alive now. Let us give them that support.
Give them the flowers.
Right now.
Before
let it smell the flowers and plant it if they want.
And they'll tell you what type of flowers, or if it's hibiscus, if it's this and them kind of thing.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah, Chris, don't feel you're getting away. Terry and Hannah go deal with you. Yeah, Terry got in. Yeah, Terry got in. She got to see the sports. And Terry, yeah, Terry got in to see the sports, but I know if Hannah did get in. Yeah. Hannah, good morning, eh? Yeah, good morning, Hannah. Yeah, we don't know if you got to see the sports. We don't know if you got in. But one of the things a lot of people were speaking about, I had some people messaging in and so on, is how beautiful Grenada looked on international television.
Oh,
stunning. Yeah. A lot of people were speaking about that. Well, Terry lose she voice when Braylon win.
Yeah. Oh yes, Depot, Donald Pierre. That is one. That's where one of the places that we should start.
Yeah, I mean, so it's difficult. Yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah, it's a whole.
Because even when you're speaking, like if you come off athletics and you go into something like cricket, then you still have to pick outside of Junior Murray. You have to speak of people like, for instance, Evelyn Gresham. There was a name somebody was calling for me from St. Andrew. Oh boy, the name eludes me because I didn't know much about the person myself. But people like Sampat and all these guys, how do you measure and how do you
measure them?
Yeah.
We had some very good cyclists too. Pierre Brothers. You had a guy from Tempe they used to call Sam Pum. He was what's his name? I think it was Mason or something like that. But you know, so we have Grenada over the years, man, has produced some of the greatest. We have seen in the Caribbean, and it stands out. And now we see the continuation, the Kiranis, and the Braylon.
Having set a foundation many years ago, we're seeing all of the thing. And we like to send out our best wishes to Grenada's superhero, Kirani James, and wish him a speedy recovery, because we know he's not too 100% at this point in time. But I'd like to send out our best wishes to him. That's why, we said it on this program just over the last few weeks. We keep saying it. Always remember our people. Leave a prayer for him.
Always.
Yeah? Or just call and say hello every now and again. Even if he doesn't hear it. A member of his family may hear it and say, I was listening radio and a few people will call and say good morning to you and they hope that you get well soon and that sort of thing. Because a lot of us, the only time we want to call is when it's something negative. Something negative. If he goes and he wins a gold medal, when he goes and he wins the gold medal again in the World Championship and then come back and win a next one in the Olympics, then we will come and we will jump up and all of us, we're so proud, we're so proud, we're so proud. Yeah? But when he in these situations, it's changey coach, he need to do this, he's studying girl, all kind of foolishness, we just have to say. But we need to say the proper things when the proper time is there. And as well, we must also remember other superstars, people like the brothers, Lyndon Victor and Kurt Felix. Must remember the brothers and so on. And the upcoming ones who are there, you ain't too much about them, but they're there. Like the Markham Felix and the Candice Scott, in the javelin and thing too. And then you have the Anderson Peters. Well, I don't know, it's my chair. I'm a boy. I'm a boy. You understand? Yeah. So you must remember these athletes and so on. It can't only be when it's sports time remembering them. It must not be a situation only when it's between January come down to about April that remember these athletes and so. Yeah, and especially those that want to help in some different way. We can't only know them when it's sports time, just like we only know Calypsonians when it's culture time, carnival time or so. You have a show and you need somebody to sing. No, we have to remember them all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
And you see, Grenada, we are poised to continue to succeed because this government has laid the foundation there to ensure that our athletes have a proper facility to continue to train and to partake international standard, the national stadium, Kirani James Athletic Stadium. I mean, when you think about the prospects of the athletes, having an opportunity to run on a world-class stage from the beginning, that.
Well, here's what Angelique is suggesting, that there's a wall of fame be installed in the stadium.
Yes,
Angelique, I agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
We have so much.
I agree with you. That might be the best way to even deal with that.
Wall of fame.
And a wall of fame inside there, and and you could actually do it. You're walking down it and it goes year by year, and you might have photographs of somebody in action or a photograph of the person and their achievement on it. So there's a walk of fame going through. So when you walk in a part of the stadium, you're seeing those panels speaking of those people, I agree with you.
Yeah, I agree. That suggestion stands out.
Just leave a lot of space because we have a
we
lot
have
more
so
to come.
much to come.
A lot more to come.
Or like CC Charles. CC Charles made a what you call it, the rabbit run. The rabbit runner. She set a pace in the 800 meters for Women International. Oh, and she was good. That first 400 meters, man, she blazed that track and then stop up.
CC Borden, I'd expect that.
Great things is expected from this young lady in the future. Great things, you know.
Devon, in fact, you know what? I want to play our next ad. I want to play our next ad. Let me see if I could get Q up there. Yeah, because I have some good friends and them, and I want to make sure that they get a look of something too. Yeah, I give them a look of blind. So let me play a little something for them.
The Royal Grenada Police Force RGPF Food Fest 8, Friday, May 4th, Pearls Airstrip. 1 full day of classic, traditional, and contemporary style cooking. All done in a keen and competitive environment amongst the various clubs of the RGPF. Consumed by you and judged by an experienced panel. Drink specials all day, 3 for 10. And we close it off with a massive cultural extravaganza featuring Dash, Talfree, the RGPF band, and more. The RGPF Food Fest 8, Friday, May 4th, Pearls Airstrip, 11 a.m. to midnight. One for the entire family. Sponsored by Co-op Bank.
Yeah, the Royal Grenada Police Force. And then, another policeman having an activity coming up, Yeah, Dash.
Not the Coast Guard.
Dashville. No, the Coast Guard has something too.
The Coast Guard has something
but Joseph and them sending the information from the Coast Guard.
Yeah, somebody sent an ad for me via my WhatsApp. But send it for us, boss.
Joseph and them do bother with us. But Dashville, the launch of his 2018 campaign.
Okay.
And when I say campaign, it's a campaign to regain the crown, not to retain the groovy crown 3 times in a row. And I know Blacker than coming at him, man. Blacker than Short Pre. You can't ever count out Short Pre when it comes to the groovy.
You can't.
So Groovy Monarch is going to be pretty exciting this year once again. So we're looking forward to that. All right? Yeah. But back to the Grenada Invitational though. Yes, Cleveroy, it was a lot of exposure for our athletes on the international scene, not just the local scene, regionally and so, but internationally. Devon, you were there until the end, right?
Yeah.
I didn't see the 4x4.
Yeah, the 4x4.
I got out before the traffic get thick. I know what happened with that traffic when it finished, so I left a little just before.
The St. Andrews, but it was a good race.
Yeah?
Yeah. They had a Barbadian team there.
That's what I tell them fellas, you can't let them Barbadian come and beat us in
our own place. No, that couldn't happen.
We love them. They were brothers. But you can't come and beat us in our place.
Not easy. Not easy. And hey, man.
Especially in the Kirani James Stadium in a 400. You come and beat Grenada there. Nah, we have to be.
I'm convinced by next Olympics we would have a full-blown 400-meter relay team.
Mm-hmm. One thing I'd like to see though is some more development on the 200-meter.
Yeah.
The 100-meter is always a difficult race. Mm-hmm. Always a difficult race. The kind of power you see, like for instance, Bolt is just phenomenal because of the amount of power that he has, but also his height, his stride, everything. Yeah, so it's a more difficult one. But to develop some runners, especially in the 200-meter, the 400-meter. Because we've made a name for ourselves as a small island in the 400-meter. And, well, let me say, Karani made a name for us in the 400-meter. Well, no. Let me say, Arlene
Francis start the ball rolling.
Yeah. Making a name for us in the 400-meter.
Well, if you go right back again, you can see Donald Pierre did it.
You see, these are because you have to remember
with Centide Caribbean put Donald Page.
While some people that say are kind of old, I ain't that old.
Yeah, so, I know.
I wasn't around in them days. Me know about them thing.
Oh, Ace won the relay. Yeah.
Ace won the relay. Yeah. But that's wonderful, because again, you have these guys having done that on the world stage. Yeah. And remember, they ran on the same track on the same day with Justin Gatlin, LaShawn Merritt,
right after
Braylon Taplin. They ran on the same track on the same day with Lugalin Santos. We have a call on the line.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Sheldon.
Hi, good morning.
Morning, Ogwin and Devon.
Good morning, boss.
Good morning.
Yes, go right ahead. You're live.
Yeah, I'm Indian here,
Hey, Indian.
Yeah, what going on, boss?
Well, I'm good, man.
For a long time I don't call you because, you know, my phone wasn't functioning now.
Okay, man.
So everything good?
For the time being,
Yeah,
you know.
we did.
I just turn you on there and I'm picking up all the vibes.
Nice, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, I could not lie long if I want to work at the Ministry of Education, if I laugh you all later.
Papa, you.
I think they bury me. They're supposed to bury the person today or something.
Okay.
Eh?
From the Ministry of Education?
Somewhere, I think he's I think he's in Mother or something.
Okay.
He's from Tempe or somewhere around there, somewhere around.
Okay.
I think he's in Mother or there too. I organize it now, I long with my sister working with them.
Okay, no problem.
You going for funeral?
No, I don't know the person. I'm not aware. It's difficult for me to go funerals, you know.
Well, do a little research and find out and see where going on.
Okay, no problem.
Pass by the funeral and I go right long.
Oh gosh, nah, I doesn't do that.
You doesn't do it?
No, if it's one person doesn't bother with happy hour, easy as me. Even if I go to a happy hour, most time I might take a drink or so, but it doesn't put me out.
Alright,
yeah. Alright, my brother.
I want to keep it with you, man.
Yep, nah, but you know.
I did, I'll listen you.
Alright.
Alright, my brother, one love.
Tell them I say morning, man.
Yes, man, I'm listening to you, man.
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Alright.
Respect.
Take care, man.
Alright.
Yeah, that's just me, you know. But that one thing that's never put me out. You have a funeral and you're talking about happy hour and them kind of thing.
Why you talking about oil long?
6 hours and a half does not do that for me, doesn't bother me.
Sheldon, the amount of breadfruit, man.
We have a breadfruit factory.
We gotta do something. We gotta think of some way.
You know, it is possible to take breadfruit and make flour, right?
Oh yes. That's a given right
so,
there.
We had to start looking at that one as an industry.
Or something
using
else.
breadfruit and making flour. You could also make flour out of banana.
Yeah.
You can have banana flour. You can have breadfruit flour that operates just as good as the wheat that grown in somewhere in Russia or wherever, and they go and they cut it up and they send it down and all kind of thing as flour. Here, we can actually use breadfruit, but the thing is, to be sustainable, you have to have a significant amount of breadfruit available nearly on a daily basis over an extended period of time. And we ain't talking about 1 or 2 pounds, eh? You're talking about hundreds of pounds.
10,000 pounds of breadfruit.
A day?
Yeah, a day.
Yeah, you have to have hundreds of thousands of pounds of breadfruit available over a period of time. It can make a dent. It can be, because sometimes you hear people speak about these things and they don't really look at the different aspects. They say, well, we have breadfruit waste in here and breadfruit could make flour. Yeah. But what volume of breadfruit you have to be able to
Mango,
make
I
it
think,
viable.
is much more viable.
Yeah. We have a caller.
Good morning and welcome.
Yeah. Morning, Devon and Sheldon.
Good morning, my
friend. I don't know why you all have to do this thing talking about breadfruit. Now I feel to eat oil long.
Oil long.
And I can't find breadfruit nowhere up here.
Whole week I eating oil long.
Well, you see, this thing is not fair at all. It's not fair at all.
Life is not fair, my brother.
Anyhow, Devon, Sheldon, you make me proud on Friday when a particular caller called and speak about ministers and the phone number change and stuff, and I think people must get the facts right before they call radio station.
I was laughing like hell.
But look who he called.
I know for a fact ministers that I had their number even before the election, the number still remains. So people mustn't just hear something and run with it. People must get the facts straight. But I hear all the talking about sports. I'm not a big sports fan. I mean, I didn't get a chance to look at what's going on, but at least I know Grenada gets exposure to the world again, and that is a good thing.
Yep.
So I want to say good morning to Grenada, and well, I don't know, somebody go have to FedEx some breadfruit up there for me.
Just send the address,
the way technology going now, man. Just now somebody go WhatsApp that for you.
Go WhatsApp that
Oh God, Lord. Take care.
All right, my brother, take care. One love.
All right, bye.
Yeah, that's how it going now. Just now somebody go WhatsApp a breadfruit for you.
Oil long, the whole thing,
but
the whole meal.
Let's look at the possibility in this thing, to be able to do that, it means therefore for breadfruit flour to be a significant player on the market here, we would have to have literally thousands of pounds of breadfruit available for when you're going to the making process, the process to make the flour.
And so on.
That would take a significant amount of breadfruit. You would need a significant amount of trees, and the other thing, remember, breadfruit is seasonal.
Yeah, but not
so sometimes you have, sometimes you don't have. Sometimes you're catching your nene and you can't find none.
But you see,
other times you have fallen off tree, left, right, and center. It's too much people don't know what to do. You're putting it in barrel of water. You're doing all kind of thing to save it.
But breadfruit, just like mango, you get them twice, 3 times for the year. That's the advantage over all other fruits and most other fruits. Mangoes and breadfruit, twice, 3 times for the year. So it's I mean, for the Grenada population, I think yes, we have something there, but again, in terms of export and thing, no, it might be difficult because of the volume. But we need to do something with our mangoes and our breadfruits.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are different ways that we could supplant the flour that has to be coming in from outside of Grenada. You can have the breadfruit flour. You, as I'm saying, you wouldn't have enough to stop having to get any flour from overseas.
No, that won't happen at all.
But you could make a dent in the market.
I'll 10-20%.
The only thing is that once people realize how nutritious and how healthy and how much better and how much yield more you're getting from the breadfruit flour, the price of the local breadfruit flour might go up. It won't come like if you're buying perfume. Like if you're buying perfume, now there's different price with perfume. All perfume is not the same. So you might go in town and you bounce up one of the guys and them on, let's say, on Halifax Street there, with a little basket with the perfume in a little vial and so that you use and you rub. Yeah, so that is where you might pay $5-10 for whatever. I might buy one in years, so I don't know the price now. Or you might go inside Duty Free Caribbean and you go and you get one of the perfume that is $400 or $500.
Never happened by me.
Nah, believe it, people just do that.
Well, yeah, of course, you have, that's why you're selling. Why?
Or you might go by Camille and get one of the perfume and them that she had.
Yeah.
Not $400 or $500,
I
but maybe
$100. I don't want something
right.
or whatever. You
that when you spray it, even though you wash the clothes, it's still going back with the scent on it still.
$500, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. No, it's a perfume. People will buy perfume for that, especially as a gift to somebody. To give them a particular fragrance. That anytime you smell that, you know it's that person and so. Yeah, so it's the same thing with the breadfruit flour, you know. You're going to have the one that you could get from overseas that might be a little cheaper and that kind of thing.
And less nutritious.
Then the breadfruit flour might end up being an upper class something. You might see it as something that, I'm only buying that for special occasions. I'm only using that when it's Christmas and Easter. We have a special function using that. You could do it with bananas, but it would mean that we have to go back into significant banana production. Yeah? You would have to go back into... We do not. Let's admit it. We do not have significant banana production in Grenada, as we had in years gone by again. A lot of the land that used to have bananas in, houses standing up there right now. Devon, you know it, you're from St. Andrew.
Oh, yeah.
And you're from St. Mark. And you're from St. George.
Lot of houses.
And in all the areas that you live, there used to be a farmer would have had a couple acres under just banana. Just banana. You see the truck going down with banana for the geese boat and these kind of things. Just banana.
Real truck.
Those things basically gone through. If we were still to that level of banana production, and you decided that you want to go into producing banana flour, and so, yes, you could have made a significant dent. You might have been able to go into a little 20, even as much as 25% of the market in relation to flour, because you would have had how they had it, remember, is nearly every week you have a different bunch of banana coming up. Different sets every single week for the whole year.
Yeah,
every week you have bananas coming up.
You know what would be interesting?
If we get back to that level, yes, we could look at it. You have bananas for the local market, yes. But I've also been able to get into that industry.
You know what would be interesting too? We have bananas, we have breadfruit, and we have mayok. I mean, to the scientists out there, I'm just, you know, on top of my head. Let's come up with some formula that we can use all 3 of them to come up with some product that we can get flour from. So we have 3 things in Grenada that's in abundance. We have the breadfruit, we have the bananas, and we have the mayok. What is keeping us from combining all 3 of them and make an excellent flour, you know, to eat?
Yeah.
You know, locally.
No, but even the mayok. I remember seeing mayok flour and so on. And then there's a company here, I think it's Neuro Products or so, that use some of the mayok and so on. They make this thing. What do you call it again? Like we would say macaroni. Yeah. Macaroni and pasta and that kind of thing. They use it and they make that. And believe me, it tastes better than a lot of what you get coming out of Trinidad and North America. And so, and remember, it's totally local.
Totally local.
Yeah, so they have, that's Nero products. You could look for them on the shelf. They have them around in some of the supermarkets and so you could look for them specifically, or you could try to contact them. I believe they're in the south of the island, either in Mount Hartman, Grand Valley, somewhere there they're located. I don't know the exact location. But they do produce the local stuff. So there is the possibility for us to remove a lot of what we have on the shelves right now, that we focus a lot on what's coming in, that we could produce locally again. We must get the cost of production down. You must address the issue of the cost of electricity.
That is key.
Yeah, that must be addressed. You have a call on the line.
Hey, good morning, Sheldon. Good morning, Devon. How
good morning,
my
friend.
We're good.
Well, Sheldon, I enjoyed myself Saturday evening.
Yeah, man.
At the stadium. It was a wonderful day.
That was mass over here.
Yes, man. Yes, man. Yes, man. It was a wonderful, exciting day. I also say congrats to all the great athletes that take part, especially Roland Taplin. He made us proud as all the other athletes that in our country take part. And I want to say congrats to each and everyone, the foreign athletes that came here and enjoyed the beauty and the tranquility of our nation. I want to say thanks to ESPN for marketing Grenada to the world, and to see, and when the world see how beautiful Grenada is, many more people will come to visit this beautiful island. We get Grenada, beautiful island. The people are very peaceful and humble. And Brother Sheldon, I want to say something. Even this morning, I was listening to Shaggy program. the same old talk from NDC. Where I could call and say that the road work, bushing work. I know nobody can go. It's in December, and only bush work and thing have. But I want to let people know the Mountain project that is taking place in this country presently, where you could hardly find young men now to get a work. Contractors looking for young men because you have the construction work the booming. Look, Sanders Silver Sun Hotel, young men employ. Sometimes I believe these people, they still continue to spread anything. But I always say, we know what is the truth, and the greater people know under NMP, the employment rate presently is down to about 20-something, and then NDC for 40-something. So all the old talk, it will not help, but we, the greater people, know, and we know what is happening. And Brother Sheldon, I want to say you all have a wonderful day. God bless you all, and continue spreading the good. Letting greater know what is happening, and we the people greater, we are experienced and we follow what is going on in our country. So Brother Sheldon, you all have a wonderful day.
All right, my brother.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sheldon, before we go forward, I have something very important that I want to sensitize or let the person responsible know. Every day I travel over the Granny Tank to and from Grenville, right? And in my view, a dangerous or a disaster waiting to happen, right there in the junction by Mellows, that big place Mellows where they have this thing right there, right?
There's a bus stop on the other side.
Right. On the same side of the bus stop, coming towards town, there is a huge back wall that is there holding up a bank. Sheldon, yesterday and up to this morning, I took a good look at this piece of wall. There is 2 massive cracks in that wall, not far from each other. And God forbid, and I'm saying it here on national, on radio, God forbid, and I know this thing will collapse in any time now. I'm begging, I'm asking the persons in the Ministry of Works, right? And so to please take a look at it, right? And have something done about it. It is dangerous. I pass there every day, right? Loads of bus. I don't want to exaggerate, but it's too serious not to mention. Please.
Ministry of Works confirmed that they have gotten your information and they will address.
Wonderful. Thank you
talking
very
to
much.
them, you feel like typing just for joke. Talking to them.
It's a disaster waiting to happen. Please.
I'm going to see. Let's see if we could get Dexter Mitchell now because
let's see.
Grenada invitationals and all kind of things.
Yes,
let's see if we could find Mr. Dexter Mitchell. Yeah.
And Shoma and standby, Shoma.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, we're trying to see if we could find him. Go right
Definitely. And so that's what I was saying. Things like that, we need to sensitize the public, and we need to let people know, right, what is going on. So all right, so right there.
Yes, so we have on the line with us Mr. Dexter Mitchell.
Good morning to you, sir.
Morning, gentlemen. Morning, Devon. Morning, Sheldon. How you guys doing this morning? Morning to the listeners of Hot Talk. Hope everybody's doing well. Morning, Grenada.
You find that man song energetic after that?
Real energetic.
What going on with
especially the after party. The after party had him, I mean.
The man is on Mitchell.
Oh yes.
The man is on Mitchell.
Energy boy. I love that.
Sheldon, I've been motivated by the athletes. When you're around those athletes and you see the fitness and the regiment and so on, you have no choice but to start to include some major exercises in your routine also.
So that means you're hitting the road and them kind of thing again.
Yeah, and the gym and pay attention to the food and so on. Although
good for
you. At the after party, it seemed like city athletes had forgotten everything about that. They were having a ball. They were having a ball. And some of them went from Rex straight to the airport. They had a really wonderful time.
Oh man, Dexter, we want to congratulate yourself and the organizing committee, the athletes, everyone involved in making sure that once again the Grenada Invitational has been the massive success that it has been, both locally, regionally, and internationally, because the world was locked on.
Yes.
The world was locked on ESPN. I was getting messages from non-Grenadians of how beautiful Grenada was looking, and they were so happy to see Grenada and so on, and to know that we've had such a successful activity here in Grenada. So we'd like to congratulate you all on that first of all. Very tiring weekend for you. We realize very tiring weekend. Your thoughts on Saturday?
First of all, let me thank everyone. And beginning with the local organizing committee. We have a group of very, very dedicated persons who've worked tirelessly to ensure that whatever transpired at the stadium on Saturday was of the highest level. I would like to thank you, Sheldon, and for getting the word out, not just for the local audience, but for the regional and international audience. Thank you to the government of Grenada for the continued support, and not just the support, but the vision, understanding the importance of the Grenada Invitational to Grenada, to the marketing of Grenada, to the exposure of Grenada. And just a general thank you to the volunteers, to all the service providers, to the athletes, both local and international, to the Ministry of Sport, the Grenada Athletic Association, the IWF, NACAC, Mr. Victor Lopez, who came in specifically for the Grenada Invitational and has repeatedly said how impressed he has been at the dedication and the hard work of the team. And to everyone, to the ticket holders, the persons who bought tickets, our sponsors, without you, obviously, the games would not happen. And just thank everyone who played a role. The team from ESPN, of course, our commentators, Louis Johnson and Mr. Felix Sanchez. While I missed most of the broadcast, obviously, because being at the stadium, but I heard Mr. Louis Johnson in particular had some very glowing things to say about Grenada, and that was conveyed internationally. So just thank you to everyone who made this possible. And it is a bit more gratifying, Sheldon, in year two. Obviously, there's a certain level of ease in year one, because there is the buzz, there's the excitement. And in year two, we had to work even harder. Because, around these parts, maintaining and sustaining things like that is always difficult. And we worked even harder this year. And obviously, the Grenada Invitational is going to go on, is going to grow in terms of the quality of athletes, in terms of the quality of sponsors. Some of them might be international for next year. So we are on our way. Two major accomplishments in that we are able to cement a deal with ESPN, cement a deal with the government of Grenada for 3 years, and we are well on our way. It's amazing to hear the athletes come up to you and say, please invite me, I want to come back next year, to see them post on the social media platforms that, thank you, Grenada, for taking care of them. Thank you, to the people of Grenada. Thank you, everyone, for having them. And we really, really, really look forward to sustaining and continuing the Grenada Invitational. In terms of how Saturday was, it was another huge success for us. We did not get the exact numbers of last year. Obviously, the stadium sold out last year. And we had numbers in excess of 5,000 this year. But obviously, it is something that we will work on. It will sustain itself. And it is more than just the audience in the stadium right now, it obviously is the regional and the international audience. And I think we all have something to be proud of ourselves. Kathleen coming in and doing a world leading time in the 100 meters. And he came so close to doing a sub-10. There was a little bit of hiccup with Merit on the 200. There's a picture that he has posted on social media where he did not hear when the starter said, set, he heard on your mark. He did not hear set. So while all the other runners were set, he was still on your mark. So he actually ran from on your mark. And obviously that contributed to the 20.52. He was hoping to go under 20 seconds also. But he's pleased. We had an extensive conversation, and he's looking forward to an invitation to come back next year.
Yes, indeed. And we realized Braylon, the star of the show on Saturday night. Yeah, the Grenadian in the man come out, you know. Nah, but just throw the whole oil on and was jab over here, you know.
I was mass in the stadium. Braylon is extremely shy, and when we met for the first time, he's speaking and his head is down, and you have to almost force him, you know, to be a bit more expressive. And Sheldon, I got the shock of my life when he ran back to the stands and he stood up, you know, next to the railing and he asked for the flag and so on. He's having a wonderful time because he's still here. And I just want to thank him and his team, his mom, his coaches for accepting the invitation to come to Grenada and performing the way he did. I saw a post on Instagram from him this morning saying when he's done, Grenada lifted him up and he loves us also. Thank you very much to Braylon and for winning. I mean, that was one of the better victories. One of the better victories at the Grenada Invitational. And he also brought with him Shama Little. We were able to invite her through Braylon, and she won. She had a very dominating performance in the 400 meters. So again, thank you to Braylon and his team. And a wonderful relationship has been forged through the Ministry of Tourism, through the Ministry of Sports. And Braylon will be a major factor, not just in track and field in Grenada and moving ahead, but also in tourism and the sale of Grenada and so on.
Let me make a complaint here though. One of the problems that I have, and it's one of only two problems I have. Okay. The first problem I have is that you, Dexter Mitchell, should have known better. And the second problem is that it happened. I see some athletes going back on the airport complaining they don't get oil down.
They didn't get oil down.
Dexter, they don't get oil down, man. Come on, man.
Me of all porters of Sheldon.
You, Dexter, let that happen, man.
Yeah, I know.
The people do a whole video, you know, to complain, you know.
that will be fixed for next year. In fact, they would get too much oil down. Obviously, you know, but in terms of the diet and so on, and when we worked with Chris Brown last year, he was very, very particular about what the athletes ate. In fact, we had to do some testing and tasting of the foods. Obviously, the world-class athletes in world-class competition, you have to be very careful. So we are very concerned, well, not concerned, but obviously very wary of what they are fed. But we will arrange it next year on the 13th of April, which is when the Grenada Invitational will happen in 2019. We will ensure that there is excessive amounts of oil available to the athletes once they finish competing.
Because
we ensure that
you've got to be careful. Because you've got to be careful in that according to what it is in the oil, like you're making oil and you put certain seasoning. And next thing, that contains a banned substance. In some cases, they can't have things like caffeine and so, which are considered stimulants.
Exactly.
So, okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So in fact, well, there's a local product that is used, and I found out that used for pain relief and so on that the athletes cannot use. It contains one ingredient in it is one of the banned substances. So those things we have to kind of be concerned about. In fact, there was a call from the hotel on, I think would have been on Friday. Some of the athletes were looking for a specific liquid drink, and the advice was from one of our technical people that we should not provide it as Grenada Invitational. If they would like to go out and purchase it themselves, then it's on them. You do not want it to be said that the Grenada Invitational give it to them in case something happens. So we have to be very, very careful in that regard. I mean, how long will be part of the after party next year?
Properly organized oil down.
Exactly. Well, of course, you know, and I would like to say thank you also to Talpri and the team at Concept Events and the Rex Grenadian for hosting the after party. The athletes had an even better time than last year. They had a wonderful, wonderful time. Imagine Justin Gatlin on stage, busting a wine, and all the athletes. I mean, they had a really, 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 really good time. One of the top athletes in the world, Mike Rogers, I think, who placed second to Gatlin in the 100 meters. He's actually a DJ, has his own radio station online, and he actually plugged in his laptop and he played for a while. He played for about 20 minutes, you know, and put on a match to be after party. So it is what we have been selling. The benefits of having these world-class athletes, the constant hashtagging of the Grenada Invitational Grenada, the showing of the pictures on the beaches and so on. Some of the athletes, one of the athletes in particular here with her boyfriend, and they were taking pictures in the water and posting it and those things.
Instagram, Twitter.
Exactly. We are benefiting tremendously. The broadcast, the live broadcast of the Invitational and the rebroadcast on the same night, and over the next 3 months it will be rebroadcast again. And just wonderful, wonderful opportunities for Grenada. And we are hopeful to continue to work along with all sectors to ensure that we fully take advantage of this. The persons who visit specifically for the Grenada Invitational and make use of the resources, be it food, be it transportation, and so on. Just having a really, really good time. And I'm very pleased to be part of that team that continues to grow this product for and to the benefit of Grenadians.
We're not having a problem getting any of the athletes to leave this time now, because I know last year we had a problem. Powell didn't want to go. Them fellas and them nearly applied for piece of land and all kind of thing here, you know.
No, the same Mike Rogers I mentioned, he missed his flight Sunday morning, so he caught. I think so. So he caught a flight. He was able to get on another flight yesterday afternoon. But some of the other athletes who had early flights did not party. Some partied and just went straight to the airport, you know, and just people having a really, really, really good time. Some went to rest after the races and came out later on in the night. I saw Braden at the party probably about 3 o'clock in the morning, and he was thoroughly enjoying himself. I mean, and there is no other place, Sheldon, and this point has to be made very, very, very clear. There is no other place in the world where the likes of a Brilliant Taplin, Justin Gatlin, Shama Little, and those world-class athletes can party among the population without feeling threatened or feeling scared or being bothered.
Mm-hmm.
The most you would have is somebody coming up to say, can I take a picture with you? Can I have a selfie? And you had people offering the athletes drinks and making sure that they were okay. And this is a trademark of Grenada. This is a hallmark of Grenada. And we really need to cherish that and preserve it, because this is what continues to sell Grenada. The fact that these athletes do not expect that level of hospitality and courtesy. And let me just share briefly with you a story. Tori Bowie was the female world champion in the 100 meters. When she came in, did not expect VIP treatment. So I met her on the tarmac through Kerry and the folks at Protocol Foreign Affairs. And again, hats off to Kerry and his crew. Fantastic job across the board. So I took Tori to the VIP lounge at the airport, and she kept asking, you know, when do I get my bags? How am I going to get my bags? And I had to keep telling her, you know, it's going to be taken care of. You are being taken care of. And then I explained to her the treatment, the VIP and so on. She said that does not happen, that all athletes just get shuffled through immigration and customs together. So she was not expecting that her own private vehicle to take her to the hotel and so on.
Wow. So that says a lot. That says a lot about the standard and the quality of what we're offering here. The product that we're offering here in Grenada. And outside of all what you've spoken about, because I realize I've been seeing the pictures on Instagram and so popping up, Grenada Invitational being tagged, Grenada being tagged. Mm-hmm. And they don't have to pay to go on a beach here in Grenada. It's free. And they don't feel threatened. They don't feel harassed when they go on a beach here in Grenada. They go, they relax, they soak in the sun, they decide they're going to take a swim and so on. They feel so relaxed, and it comes across. They say it. It comes across. Not only them, but the ESPN staff too. I realize these guys and I would not be surprised to see them Juve morning in Old Oil. The ESPN staff. I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, just everybody. I mean, it is one of the ways of the direct sell of Grenada to the outside world. Obviously, if you see the shots, and again, let me also thank Sonics Production, a young Grenadian company, some very talented young Grenadians, and they were approached by ESPN to provide some cover shots of locations in Grenada. So a lot of the shots that was shown during the live broadcast would have come from a locally based company. They also did some drone shots on the night and brought it back to the production room and those were shown during the live broadcast also. So again, local talent on display. 11 local persons worked along with the broadcast crew. So 1/3 of the broadcast crew would have been Grenadians, getting immense experience and expertise from the live broadcast. And yeah, so it was an opportunity to showcase Grenada fantastic shots, and then for the people on the ground to experience the culture, the hospitality, the food. So the same Shamal Little I referenced earlier on Thursday night at the welcome reception, she did not want any of the food there. So she was asking if she can was it possible she could get some curry chicken the following day. And of course, this is Grenada. We didn't have to wait until the following day. She got her chicken and rice and peas and plantain on the same night. And she posted later on that the people at the Grenada Invitational had taken wonderful care of her. She did not expect that she could make a request for that kind of food and get it, the same night at 10 o'clock in the night she wanted it. Braylon relayed a story that he was out, I think, Wednesday night having a late dinner. And this lady came up to him and said, you're an athlete, you shouldn't be eating this late. And he was kind of looking at her, like, okay. And she's like, no, I know who you are, and, you're brilliant chaplain, but anyway, I don't want to disturb you, enjoy your dinner, and, nice to welcome to Grenada, and nice to have you here. And he was like, what? It's kind of like talking to him like a motherly figure and so on, So we've shocked them with our hospitality, and things are really, really looking good for Grenada. The Grenada Invitational, of course, is here to stay, but things are really, really looking good for Grenada. Just the confidence and, of course, the word of mouth of the athletes that, this is the place to be. This is the place to start your season. And Mr. Victor Lopez, in his remarks, both on Saturday and at the athletes welcome on Thursday, reiterated the importance of Grenada, that NACAC is putting together this circuit from April to June to kind of mimic the Diamond Leagues in Europe, where you have the athletes coming to this wonderful paradises in tropical region to participate in some fantastic events. Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, Guadeloupe. Now we have Grenada added to the mix, and obviously other islands will get involved. But we will always start in Grenada, and that's why NACAC and the IWF have already given us the date of April 13th. We don't set the date. The date is set by NACAC and the IWF, and the season starts for most of these athletes in Grenada on April 13th, 2019. And obviously, they are going to share the word, spread the word that if you want to have a fantastic start to your season, Grenada is the place to be.
And then you have some of the world-leading times as it's going to be started in Grenada. You have the possibility of some of the world-leading times being set at the Kirani James National Stadium in Grenada.
Athletic Stadium, exactly. Yeah. And what happens again, it is more exposure, more free advertising for Grenada, because every time Justin runs now, any male athlete in the 100 meters, the world leading time will always be referred to, and it would be referred to as being established in St. George's, Grenada, at the Grenada Invitational, until somebody eclipses the 10.04 that Gatlin won. So it will always be the world leading time until it is passed, and it will always be referenced as Grenada. Even the stories now, obviously, in track and field world, Gatlin is a huge deal. So the stories that go out makes reference to he started his season with a 10.04 at the Grenada Invitational.
Now, two things quickly before you leave, because I know that even though I realize you're energetic, I want to overdo it, man.
I know.
One, some people seem to have been confused with CC Charles in that 800-meter race. Could you just give us some clarity as to what took place?
Well, in those longer races, if you look at international track and field events, they would normally have a rabbit, somebody who's referred to as a rabbit, who sets the pace for the athletes. So they will go out very, very quickly in the 800, in the 1500, the 3000, 10,000. And they would go out very, very, very quickly and try to pull the other athletes along to set a pace for them, and probably do that for like 2 or 3 laps in the longer races to, get the other athletes out and running also. And they will eventually drop out of the race. So Mr. Adrian Critchlow, who was an official from the U.S. Track and Field Association, who was here assisting in the technical component of the games, advised that if we can find a local athlete to do that, and it also brings some exposure, because for the first round on ESPN you would hear that the local athlete, the Grenadian athlete, is leading the race. Obviously, it will create some excitement, it will create some buzz.
And it did.
among the audience, exactly. But she did her job. She did exactly what she was supposed to do which is to pull the other athletes along by setting a very fast pace. After the first round, then she'll drop out. I mean, people were saying that she looked as though she could go further, but that was the plan, that provide some pull for the other athletes, set the pace, and then she dropped out after one round.
And then she can say now that she has ran with some of the world's best, that she had that exposure, she had that opportunity, and that is more encouragement to go further.
Exactly. I mean, that is motivation. I'm sure probably yesterday or today she would have been on the track and she would feel energized and motivated to continue to be on her path to being a world-class athlete.
Okay, and the second one I'd like to ask you about Kirani James. We've been hearing that he hasn't been too well of late. What information do you have? I haven't heard anything officially from his people, and I like to take it kind of officially, but I know you may have an idea.
Well, the first thing, and very early, Michael Bascom, obviously, who's part of the team, confirmed that Kirani was going to open his season here in Grenada. And up until recently, we all led to believe that when we had an official launch, we made announcements in that regard. Mm-hmm. And then we got again a report that he's not ready, but he will come. He will be part of the Invitational. And I think the agents and so on would have been in contact with Michael, who sent out something on social media, sent out something on Twitter. We even changed the ad to remove the name of Kirani, the last ad. But something went out on Twitter saying that he would not be part of the Grenada Invitational because he's just not ready yet. And I know Charlie George, president of the Athletic Association, did an interview also. I think it would have been with the Jamaica Observer or Sportsmax, one of the Jamaican media outlets, suggesting that Kirani's start of his season will more than likely be sometime in June. If he continues on the path he's on right now, but he would not have been ready for April 21st. So I have not spoken to him in a while to find out exactly what is happening. We've not had any official word in that regard from his camp, but Michael was very clear in getting the word out. It was indicated to us that we needed to remove him from there, which we did with the final advertisement, that he would not have been ready for April 21st. All we can do, and at the athletes welcome, as Louis Johnson said, is to continue to embrace Kirani. He has done more for Grenada than most other Grenadians ever expected him to be able to do by winning an Olympic gold in 2012 and following it up with an Olympic silver. So we still have to continue to embrace him. He is our hero, and we're very proud and very glad as the Grenada Invitational to be part of the process of renaming the stadium after Kirani James. And the sign is now up officially. There was a bit of delay by the service provider and the manufacturers in getting the letters right and so on. But when we went into the stadium on Saturday, we were able to walk into the Kirani James Athletics Stadium with signs properly erected. And I know his mom and dad and sisters and so on, who were at the games on Saturday, must have felt very proud walking into the stadium and being able to look up and see the sign saying Kirani James Athletics Stadium finally erected on the stadium.
All right. Well, we'd like to thank you so very much, Dexter, and make sure that you convey our joy, appreciation, and congratulations to each and every member of your team. We, the Grenadian people, are indeed proud.
All right. Thank you very much, Sheldon. I really do appreciate that. And thank you and Devon for all the help, for all the assistance in pushing the agenda of the Grenada Invitational. And again, not just locally, but internationally, because we saw the numbers. Quite a few people came into Grenada specifically for the Grenada Invitational. And next year is going to be very interesting, Sheldon, 2019, because the Grenada Invitational is on the 13th of April. The following weekend will be Easter weekend. And you know what happens in terms of people coming home for the holidays. So the Grenada Invitational is on Saturday, and the following weekend we have a 4-day weekend. So there's some excitement to look forward to. And it is also a World Championship year. So a lot of athletes are looking for races, looking to start the season, looking to get off the marks very, very early. So there will be a lot of interest in the Grenada Invitational. So it's shaping up already to be a very, very, very interesting second week in April 2019 as far as track and field is concerned.
All right. Thank you very much, Dexter.
Take care.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. Have a blessed one. So, folks, start to put it into your diaries now. April 13th, 2019. Yeah? And watch now. I was saying don't bring him, but we go bring the South African. Now we actually
bring him. But I want to be that South African.
No, but you go run at 200 a year and then the 400. You go run at 200.
Bring him not putting any tail.
Let he go and run with merit. Bring him. Now we want him come. So let him go and run in 200.
He'll be an excellent addition Yeah, to you know.
And plus, we want the Canadian chap too, but he's injured as well because Van der Kirk was injured. The Canadian chap in the 100-meter there, his name is slipping me right now. He has this funny name, it's slipping me right now. But his name is he would be a good addition. So we asking. Bring him.
Wonderful weekend, wonderful invitation executed, and so by the organizing committee, and so man, we have to be proud of what we got in the Spice Country.
Yeah, so for those fishermen, but we're telling them from now, even though it's quite down in June.
It's quite down.
Yeah, the 15th of June is the launch. Yeah, the 16th they have the hash. The 17th they have the dinner and thing, and you know, just bring out luncheon, and so they bring out the old fisher folk. The 19th they have a legal and financial clinic. That's so the fishermen know how to handle your money properly enough, Father. So
of course.
After all these years, you could have a fleet of boat, but it's only one you have, and you're wondering why. We'll tell you how to organize yourself. 20th Community Sports, 21st of June, they have the Education Day. That's where they're going into the schools and a panel discussion, abuse and its impact on the community. The 22nd, they have the Night of the 80s, featuring games, dress and music. So you're dressing up like the 1980s music and thing, and even games and all that kind of thing. The 23rd, they have a bonfire and culture night. 24th, health walk, health promotion and awareness. 25th, the gospel night. 26th, culmination of school presentation, safety at sea session for fishermen, very important. 27, come taste we hand and pan fiesta, so you know it's food and more food and steel pan. That has been nice. I've been to that a couple times before. The 28th, mass in June and boat races, and then the 29th of June they have the mass, the holy mass, not that kind of mass yet, the holy mass, and then they have the blessing of the boats, the grand fish expo and exposition, boat racing, aqua and beach activities, and the street fiesta with the mega show that they go have. They go say who they bring in and that kind of thing. So that's the fisherman's birthday. Yeah, that is coming up. Also, this Saturday, the St. Mark New National Party branch, they're having a breakfast. That is going to be taking place in front of the constituency office up there in St. Mark. The price of the breakfast, $10, is starting from 7 a.m. So you're coming out from St. Patrick, you're going up to St. Mark or to St. Patrick or wherever. You're in St. Mark, you're in St. John, you could go up the road, whichever way. Right? So the St. Mark,
you can't miss it. Right by the police station. Just stop right by the police station.
Yeah. Right there so.
Right there so. By the Anglican Church.
St. Mark NNP branch, they have that breakfast sale that's taking place this Saturday from 7 a.m. in front of the constituency office. The price $10. Also, the New National Party, the welfare branch, they're going to be having their breakfast again down at the Market Square this Saturday morning starting at 7 a.m. All right, so that's the welfare branch of the National Welfare Arm. They're going to be having that breakfast this Saturday. Food Fest, it returns to the Pearls Airstrip. You heard the ad a little earlier. All right, we should have a representative coming in, I believe, on Wednesday to speak about that one. Also, the Royal Grenada Police Force Coast Guard Unit, they present this Friday from 3 p.m. its first ever social event at the Coast Guard base, True Blue. Right, music by Song Vibration. Let me see. I don't pull up that thing there. Music by Sound Vibration. Caribbean Stag 3 for $10. Barbecue pork and chicken, fish and lobster, waters, chicken and fries. Yeah, boy, them fellas and them handling scenes.
Yeah, they handling.
They're handling scenes, boy.
They handling.
Joseph, I find you give me a little buzz on that one, man. English chap, Englishman.
Yeah.
What sort of thing is that, man? I find all your Coast Guard officers.
I see the ad pop up on mine sometime over the week. I was like, that's.
And you know them men and them know about water. So when
man.
them men say they have fish and lobster, waters.
With real water.
It's the Coast Guard. So if you're going and drunk in the Lambie waters, the fish waters, the lobster waters, believe me, they go save you. So you can't drown in the waters down at the Coast Guard base.
And
the real officers are around.
And we don't, not because all they know the waters, we don't want no long waters, right?
Nah. I'm going to hear about you and them, boy.
They go do for when I show up. It's one thing they go do for me.
I'm trying to remember.
Good morning to all the members of the Royal Grenada Police Force, all the different branches, and so wherever you are, and so good morning to you. Continue to protect and serve our nation.
No, somebody sent something to me here, but trying to figure out if it's St. The St. George Methodist Junior School. I'm trying to figure out that
Methodist St. George.
I know the school symbol, but I can't make it out. SMJS PTA presents this breaker overdue aboard the Rum Runner 1 May the 5th. Music by DJ Killer Song, but in time.
Mary's, sure not St. Mary's?
Probably St. Mary's Junior School, yeah. Probably
Junior,
St. Mary's Junior School. Yeah, all I can send them symbol for me, just I don't know what they're talking about. Next thing I go and say St. Mark's Junior Second.
Yeah,
so can I say?
Most likely it's maybe St. Mary's.
Yeah, so the St. Mary's Junior School, yeah, PTA presents this breaker overdue aboard the Rum Runner 1. That's happening on the 5th of May. Music by DJ Killer Songs. Boarding time 7 p.m. bar, igloo style. And tickets $45, food included. Yeah, help them children and them. You can do things. Yes, nice. Yeah. Hey, in fact, for those of you that are at home and you have ESPN, if you tune in now, you're seeing Grenada. Grenada Invitational's on right now on ESPN. Now. I just got a message from somebody that not even in Grenada.
Understand?
Yeah. That's
ESPN too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sit down and relax and enjoy it.
Wait, no, I can't get that number. Right, nice.
Forget that way.
I ain't get that number. Right? Yeah, so right now, it is on the Grenada Invitational is live on ESPN. Right? That don't mean you tune off from Hard Talk.
No, don't play all the thing and run off on Hard Talk and thing, you know.
Stay here.
Right? You go rebroadcast later on again.
Yeah.
You understand? But we just letting you all know.
Whitsuntide games, they are coming up. I'll give you some more information. I had the ad for it, but I don't know where I put it. But the Grenada, the Whitsuntide games, it is coming up again. Yes, Andre DeGrasse. That's Andre the name of the guy.
DeGrassi.
DeGrassi, yeah. We want to see him here in Grenada too, man. Get it.
I
Dexter
love this guy,
and Michael, all organized. Get the guy here, man.
Get DeGrassi here, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But Terry said she didn't see the name on the stadium because Terry, you didn't look up when you were going in. Because if you did look up from the western side.
Coming from the western side.
Yeah, from over where the boat does be loading the gas and thing there from over on the entrance
right
there.
You can't miss it.
If you look up from there, you're missing that, you know?
You can't miss it.
Yeah, it's over on the other side. Yeah, it's over on the other side. I think probably you entered as you went on the bleachers, you probably entered over to Greenbridge side somewhere there.
And look at it.
But it's up.
In a Linda, hey, right quite from Aruba, she's looking at ESPN Grenada to the world.
Yes.
Right now.
Yeah. Hey, let me say the name, Linda Imelda Francois.
Yeah. Francois.
But so the Grenada Invitationals, tomorrow morning, folks, just a programming note. Tomorrow morning, remember, it's going to be a Tuesday morning. Tomorrow, God's willing. Tomorrow, please the Lord, before Nanny deal with me. Tomorrow, please the Lord. Tomorrow, God's willing. Tomorrow, inshallah, if you want to say it as a Muslim say it. All right. Tomorrow, we should be having the post-cabinet press briefing. Will be tomorrow morning starting at 10 a.m. So, once the post-cabinet press briefing is on, we usually come on right after that. So, we'll have the post-cabinet press briefing on first. Yes, you tune into the stations. Yes, you tune in online and everything. We will be here, but we'll have the post-cabinet press briefing and then we get into Hard Talk. Also, the Little Miss Grenada pageant is coming up.
It's coming up.
The Little Miss Grenada, the tickets are here. I'm not sure where they're being sold because... Najuma.
Najuma.
Right.
Good morning to you, my dear.
But wait now, I make a mistake. Everybody started sending telling me what's going on there. So, okay, use my partner. I'll go do it. The presentation, Brothers College Choir and its alumni present Seasons of Love in celebration of their 10th anniversary.
Yes.
So, over its 10 years of consistent practice and performances, the PBC choir has experienced love in many different ways. They have shared love by taking part in numerous charitable events, received love through the selfless sacrifices of many, and spread love through all their performances locally and abroad. Every season the choir has been through is an expression of love which has helped it to grow and develop into what it is today. How do we want to measure a year in the life of our choir? Not only in minutes or hours, daylights or sunsets, inches or miles or even laughter or strife, but most importantly in love, for love is a gift from God. Come join with us as we celebrate our Seasons of Love. Saturday the 5th of May, that's next week Saturday.
Next week Saturday.
So Saturday the 5th of May at the Grenada Trade Center beginning at 7 p.m. Featuring performances by the PBC Choir, the Alumni Choir, Combined PBC and Alumni Choir. Also solo performances by artists like Denson, Lion Paul Andrews, Jefferson Ramirez, and other past choir members. Guest appearances by Conception Dance Theatre. So the price for children is $15 and for adults $30. All proceeds in aid of choir funds because sometimes they need to travel and so.
Oh yeah, then they do a lot of that.
Sending PBC choir overseas to represent us.
They are good. They are good. Also,
Devon was ever in choir?
Yes, in One in what they call it.
I mean, I was asking the question in a
Wesley
kind of
Hall.
jokey way.
It was compulsory in Wesley Hall. We had 4 houses. That's primary school. Every Christmas, Easter time, we had to sing a song, and in competition, in GBSS and so, all for speech night and all these type of things, we had to partake.
I never make it in.
But hey, it was part of the building, the building process and
or
so.
choral speaking.
Yeah. Oral speaking. Yeah, choral
speaking.
Choral speaking, yeah. And so.
I haven't heard a good choral speaking for quite a long while. I haven't heard that. Seems to be a dying something now.
Yeah, but it's things that we need
the
to.
GBSS continues to have their speech night and so. But again, and probably when we get the Minister of Culture inside here, it's something that we're gonna raise with him and the Minister of Education in relation to the Festival of the Arts and things like choral speaking, creative poetry. They had impromptu speeches and all those sort of things during the Festival of the Arts. So it is something that we could. If you look at some old video footage of the Festival of the Arts, you'll see a fella. I didn't have all that here in my head, but you see a young fella, young MAGA fella, on stage.
A tin
MAGA, not tin,
MAGA. Well, you looking kind of
MAGA. You go see a fella with some big eye on stage, and you'll hear him saying all kind of things. Some kind of things used to come out of my mouth in that Festival of the Arts. Lord God.
Also, yesterday we saw thousands of Grenadians coming out, taking part in the Pump It Up walk. Oh man, it was spectacular. That's all I have to say. That's what the young people say, epic. You understand? But yeah, you saw Grenadians in the thousands coming out and walk, for just a good cause, exercise, healthy, and so, and, to help promote, and so some of the things that they're trying to do, including, right, a fund for the rebuilding or the sustenance of Carlton Home, right, and so that day in itself, it was a biggie, it was good. It was, when I see people like that, and they came from 2 directions, St. George's, when they left, down at Granans and so, when they reached on the Carnage or Tantine, some went up to the hill and down to Maras through Tempe and River Road, and then some came through town. Thousands of them. Yeah, when you see them, the young, the old, the babies in stroller, and it was.
When
it
all
was
you
good.
have drive it up, call me.
Good.
All you could pump it up as much. When all you have drive it up, call me. Good. Driving from Montrouge to the stadium. So all you have pump it up, we could have drive it up. So everybody you get your car, you full it with a bunch of people, you have some drinks and ting, and we're gonna drive from we're driving from Montrouge to the city. If you want to drive from Montrouge to Grenville, we're doing it. So we go and drive it up.
Well, I saw the months old, I saw the 80-something-year-old, and I also saw the managing director, Mr. Richard Duncan. Good morning to you, sir. Excellent execution of an event that will has been going for a long time. Continue to do good work, you and your team.
Yeah, you open the phone line again. 440-7377, 440-7377.
And 347-329-3101.
Yeah, so we are coming off a very historic weekend again. The Grenada Invitational taking place here in Grenada. Lots of oh boy, we lost that call. Lots of people having the opportunity to see world-class athletes here at home. If you could do that if we had Queen's Park still?
No, we couldn't do that. We couldn't even think of that. Wouldn't have been an idea at all. You know?
That story of a guy breaking into Queen's Park at time to go to our sports. Guy dig under the fence, he pass under the fence and he go inside, all he closed that year when he reach inside, the activity was free.
Yeah. we used to report galvanize and so in Old Queen's Park. Report galvanize and sneak inside and so, Yeah, to go and see football and cricket and that type of thing. The Queen's Park was barrung by galvanize. And we used to report all of that and go under the bleachers and things. It was fun. Sometimes the police used to wait. As soon as you get in, you fight and you get in, as you get in, back outside. That was the hard part of it.
Man, go, he squeeze, he push, he ting, he dig, he pass under the fence when he reach inside. Dirty clothes, dirty everything. Activity was a free activity anyway. You didn't have to go through all of that. But it's so accustomed breaking in.
I tell you.
Yeah, you can't do that stadium there. You can't try that.
No, how you going to do that?
You can't try that. You can't try that.
No. Security to the max.
What?
Yeah, dogs and all. Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello?
You're live caller. Go right ahead.
No, this call from Greater, right?
Yes, you are. You're live on the program.
Oh, no, hold on. I didn't really know there was a program going on. Just calling to... I had a call plan.
Oh, you're live. Well, the radio program is going on and you're live on the program. Yeah. Hello?
He don't
okay, now he doesn't want to be on.
He don't want to be on the program.
Yeah.
But thanks that you listening and just thanks for being part.
Wait. Nazi B. Yeah, if Coppers want to organize that, we organizing that. Yeah. Coppers, Daniel Coppers Swan. Good morning to you, sir. I have been calling your phone. I did not get you this morning, But Daniel Coppers Swan. Good morning.
What? A what?
A rum walk.
A rum walk? Oh, yeah. God, Lord.
So you're walking from Cherry Hill to Guava and you're stopping at every rum shop along the way. So you're having a rum walk.
I don't want to be a part. Mark me out. I don't want to be no part of that. I don't want to be no part of that.
Coppers.
Oh God.
It's a lot of men wouldn't make the end of that walk. Coppers.
Someone started that.
Coppers wants to organize a rum walk. So he wants to organize a walk from Cherry Hill to Guava. And you're stopping and drink at every rum shop between Cherry Hill and Guava. Coppers, who you want to kill?
But here you can make it even better, you know.
I feel Coppers have a contract with Lacwan and Bailey's and Wayne. He must have a contract somewhere.
Lord of mercy.
Let's take a call.
Good morning and welcome.
Morning, Sheldon. How you doing?
Morning, sir. Quite fine.
I want to make a recommendation concerning Pump It Up.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to put some more pets into the establishment. Like every year, like they have one color. They have one color and you Pump It Up. What they could do now, they change the colors. You put the elderly people in one section, in one color. You put the middle-aged people in a section in one color. You put the young people in a section with one color, and you put the children in another section with another color, and Pump It Up will look real nice. Okay. I want to recommend that. I know anybody listening concerning Pump It Up, I want to recommend that.
Okay, my brother.
All right?
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, later.
All right. My only issue with that is this. Some people walk as families. Yeah. So you might have a person who is in their 60s or 70s. They're walking, they're people in the 60s and 70s make the walk yesterday. But they're walking with the grandchildren. So if they're in one color and the grandchildren in the next color, they may not feel as comfortable going on the walk. They want to walk as a family. Or sometimes you have the mother, father, and the children going together. So yes and no. And then the other thing, when it comes to the color thing, too,
they do have other colors, you know. I saw a white T-shirt yesterday too.
Okay.
Yeah, Pump It Up. Definitely saw a white T-shirt.
Okay.
All right, and so
next thing that person print a T-shirt for themselves.
No, it's the same logo, everything.
I know. You could print that for yourself. I could have printed a Pump It Up T-shirt. Yeah, serious.
The biggest joke yesterday, I see two of my friends. Pump It Up start quite on Granance, you know. Them just reach when Pump It Up reach in tongue, you know. and they going towards Granance, they're looking for a Granance bus and Pump It Up in the carriage already.
Well, let me give you something here, Devon. The Ministry of Works just messaged me. Tell Devon we're gonna make him pay for all the galvanized he damaged trying to scheme in back in the days, right? So you had to pay them people for all the galvanized you damage scheming into Queen's Park back in the days.
Why that monkey lash I pay for that already. I pay for that. What are you talking about that? Who remember when there was horses right there at Queen's Park?
As I say, I'm old, I ain't that old.
Yeah, horses. I mean,
you might remember when a plane landed and all.
Well, I hear about that. But I know about the horses, and so yeah, man, it was wonderful.
I've lost it now, but I had a photograph of a plane landing that landed on Queen's Park. I had a photograph of that. It would have been from the 1930s or 40s somewhere.
Okay.
But a plane had landed there before.
Well, we had planes landing there. The other type of plane that had the popular helicopters.
Helicopters, man. Yeah.
But helicopters, 83, man. Oh, it's the first time I see a tank live right in front of me. Boom! Oh, I was scared.
That's why he run.
As a
you
soldier.
See, he admitted.
No,
he admitted finally.
No,
folks, remember the program we did on the 25th of October? Devon is finally admitting he was frightened when the Americans come.
Don't ever misquote me. Not when they came. When they came, I fought. Yeah, I mean, not fought as...
You run.
Right
you
to go.
I'll back up APC into the people place on Melville Street.
My family place, boy.
When you go and find,
family place,
you
Romaine.
go and back up the APC in Romaine place and mash up the man place. Then not APC, that one was a
BRDM.
BTR.
The BRDM was the smaller one.
The BTR, they go and mash up the man place, back the thing into the place, and the man was done under stress already at the point in time. Devon them go and think. They go and they aiming at boat out in the sea. When they see our troops dropping in Point Saline, so you run. So admit it, you're afraid.
You know, I must say, while you saying and making all the thing. Why you there with
your caps gun going packs? Them American and them dropping thing going kaboom.
Wait, boy, I had some 82 millimeter mortar and some anti-tank and that kind of thing. Boy, wrong with you. My range. Watch, one of the things, a lot of Grenadians didn't understand. A lot of soldiers, right, had the capability, right, to fire and to do a lot of damage to the American soldiers. But you know, one of the things that stopped a lot of us, man, and I'm serious about that, because of the love for country and the people. Because we were in areas that if we decided to fire and the Americans fire back, right, hundreds of our people would have get killed, right? So we abstained and we didn't do it.
But outside that, you're afraid too.
Well, watch, there are times,
No, let me just
confirm.
Devon, you was free.
Afraid of what? I wasn't afraid of the Americans.
Okay.
I was not. I fought them. I didn't afraid them.
You was afraid of what the Americans come with, not the Americans.
You know what? Let's go to another topic.
When you see that tank and thing, Devon not taking any chance when you see that tank.
Just to put people on notice, I've been considering for a while now to do a small, perhaps just a little magazine, a little snippets of October 19, the day, and so I have to, talk to one or two persons and so who will give me some idea. But I have my own concept of how to do it, not just writing as to what go on, but putting it in such a way that the average Grenadian could understand the local terms of how things happen. Our young people will be able to,
Yeah, we have a call online.
Good morning and welcome.
Sheldon.
Yes, sir.
You only knowing Devon as a grown man. I know Devon as dumpling growing up. Never afraid. That big head boy is afraid nothing. Always want to fight everything. Afraid.
That's how it is. Still fighting.
That's our first time for everything.
Back in the day, you tell Devon that twice and you're in a fight,
Okay. I'm sorry. Let me apologize to Devon on air.
Wait, it's not a good thing.
Let me apologize.
It's not a good thing to be bringing up history, eh?
Devon, let me apologize. You were not afraid. You were not afraid. You were just scared.
You can rephrase it.
Devon had a rival in back street from River Road.
Weasel, my lord. Let me hear a joke about that, man. Here how Weasel do me a time. You're this little girl I used to like and so going back street. Me and Weasel real good friend and thing, So I used to bring mango for the girl. But I'm so afraid now to talk to the girl. I used to give Weasel the mango to give the girl. Weasel suck all the mango. The man suck all the mango and don't give the girl. That was one of the most worthless thing a man could ever do to me. You understand? Well, it's all right. That's you pay the price. Wait, go away, wait. You bring it
back. One of them days, you see we sit down man to man. We go sit down. I will give some stories. That's for radio.
Wait, bye.
Bye, wait.
Bye, wait.
But hold on. Never going back on the Sheldon and Devon, man, on that invitational thing on Saturday, man. Listen, I was in a games evening. I had some friends who had a games evening going on at the moment the invitational was showing. And I they had a big screen TV in the venue. And I just went and asked the guy behind the bar to give me the remote and I put it on. That games night didn't go off. All they did was just sit there, eat and drink and watch TV. By the time, this is gospel truth, by the time the invitational was finished, about 8 of them was there, already purchased tickets to go to try to get into Grenada for Carnival.
Wow.
8 of them. Nobody, not a game. All the games still untouched. You know, the Monopoly and the dominoes and the card and thing, and it just became like a invitational party. It turned out to be, you know, just an invitational party.
Let them know April 13th.
It was a real golden moment to me on Saturday evening. Man.
Olympics,
very, very good.
Olympic
but
style.
My ticket is already purchased for next year.
April 13th.
I know the date. You not to tell me the date. I already had the date since Sunday. My ticket, I tell you, my ticket is already bought for next year, God's willing. You know, it's no matter. But then going forward again now on the and Devon in choir. Devon in had a choice. Stand up in the back of the choir, in the back of the line, in the choir formation, and bellowing.
When the other callers want to make a contribution, you know.
Wait, Devon, remember that play we had? And we had to go in Wesley Hall, Wesley College, Old Wesley Hall.
Old Wesley Hall.
Coming to Christmas.
Yeah,
when Old Wesley Hall, before it became Wesley College on Lucas Street.
Yeah.
Right? That's the same play when I was asking if you remember Penny and Hard Pie City put on that play. We were part of the entourage from Wesley Hall.
Yeah, the supporting cast. Yeah.
Right. Listen, when we was practicing for that choir, that play, and Devon came late in the morning. A bunch of us reached late. And Miss Bushel put us to stand up outside in the sun.
Miss Bushel.
And when we done, call us inside now for under that shed. Remember we used to meet, assembly was under the shed.
Yep.
By the principal office there.
Michelle,
we had
Michelle
to
Bush,
practice, the choir practice was right there. We was holding practice and Devon decided he'd singing.
Wait.
Back in the middle of the field.
Wait, why you want to bring up this thing and thing
wait,
right
bye-bye.
now?
Wait, enjoy the rest of your day today. We hope you have a wonderful one. Wap wap waxy. All your contact with. Bye-bye, wait. Bye-bye, wait.
Bye, wait. Bye.
Yeah, we get rid of Wade. Wade looking to cause trouble because you don't have half the country laughing about mango now. Look, Patricia in Canada, she asking if the mango come out in Jumbie.
In Jumbie? What you know about Jumbie? What you know about Jumbie, Patricia?
Patricia asking if them mangoes come out in Jumbie.
But Jumbie are one of the sweetest set of mango, you know.
You ain't answering the human question, you know. She asked if the mangoes come out in Jumbie.
No, not in Jumbie.
We have a caller online. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning,
Good
sir.
morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Roman.
Yes, my boss.
Well, you come back stronger than ever.
Yeah, boy.
Keep a good man down.
No, at all, you man. You see,
right, so let me say a special good morning to your listening audience, both here and abroad. Now, I want to go back to the invitational.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to refresh your memory here. Did you all remember the outcry by certain segments of our society asking how much money did the government put into a private event and whether or not it would yield any benefits for us? And the suggestion that these monies would have been better spent on something else. But you know, things have come full circle so far. Because I was listening to a program on the radio yesterday, and the same people on the program who was criticized, who was part of what I've just said there before, they was congratulating the organizers and the government on a job well done, to the extent of saying that the exposure that we have received so far as a result of the invitational, our monies could not have paid for it. So you see, the bottom line is that in Grenada here, some people set the pace and others follow. Gentlemen, have a pleasant day.
Have a wonderful day, my friend.
And the thing is, I mean, yeah, you have the time. If time for politics, you have the time for other things. But I think some people sometimes they kind of go above and beyond.
Yeah, they get carried away a bit.
Yeah, and I mean, when you looked at the Grenada Invitational from day one, and you all know I always have my issues with Mr. Patrick Simmons, but I think that he was one of the people that when the people who conceptualized this spoke with him in confidence, he said, yeah, I think it's a good something, you know, and he said, you all should speak to the government about it. I believe it's a good something. And that is the sort of attitude. He looked past the politics and he saw, as a sportsman, that this is something good for Grenada, and that is something that everybody should be involved in. So when you have persons who are trying to make it into a political football and saying, so, I mean, look, up to now, nobody speak about NNP and this and that. At the end of the day, Grenada is looking good. Your country, not NNP country, your country is looking good. Your country is receiving praise.
Grenada came out and supported. Isaiah get a new girlfriend. We love
Papa, you see this kind of thing.
And Isaiah, the woman asked Isaiah for a number. Sheldon, you know, Isaiah come and take his mother's number and say, Mommy, I want your number. I want to give the woman so she could call me.
Papa, you see this kind of thing that has been
going
on there.
Imagine that. That's how the invitational was successful. My son got a date.
Patricia says that the St. John and Marshalls, she's related to them. So you know you're talking Jumbie and you say Marshall.
Yes, right up in the top boy. So we used to go and teach them and go up the.
So Jumbie. The man admitting we used to break into the stadium today. Okay, we getting real revelations today.
We go and teach real mango in Jumbie.
We get where you used to bend the galvanize and go in the Queen's Park. We get where you teeth in mango.
Real mango.
We get everything today.
The Marshalls and them. Yeah, the Marshalls and them had real mango. But here what is happened? They had all the Julie and the peach and the Ceylon close to the house. You understand? so you know going on with all the dogs and everything.
But strange enough, Devon, and it might sound strange to a lot of people. Back in the day, I don't think people used to thief mango.
No, man.
You go and you get people don't used to bother with that. You have a bunch of mango and you bother with that.
Yeah.
It's still strange to me. It may sound strange to some persons, but it's still strange to me to see people with plastic bag in town selling mango, you know. Yeah. Because I can't really remember that when I was younger. I can't really remember people selling mangoes. Like you have a bucket of mango with some bag, plastic bag of mango, and you're selling mangoes. I know as a child you're going and you know where all the mango tree is, whether in the bush or in somebody's land, and you go and you take the most somebody might have said to you was, leave one or two for the owner.
Or don't pick the green one.
Yeah, don't pick the green one.
Or those stone.
Leave one or two for the owner. That's what they used to tell you. And so we said thief. Well, not really just a thief, mango back in the days.
Just a time, like, we just go and, you know, we were sometimes they'll run us because we just stole in the mango or too much, but you know.
But most time they don't bother with that when it comes to things like mango and it comes to things like French cashew and plum and that kind of. You don't interfere with man banana, leave him in banana and take
still going for the right banana.
And the cane again, you still go and break a two and that sort of thing. But not thief back in the days is. It was a love.
Mangoes, man. And you know, I talk about mangoes, Jumbie, but you know, the place that have the most species, different types of mangoes in Grenada is St. Mark's. St. Mark's, Victoria improper. The most. And I challenge anybody on that. Other parish may have more mango trees or quantity of mango, you know, but in terms of the different types of mango, St. Mark's. Too much. Mango, they don't have name. You go from tree to tree and you could choose mango as you go in. And so, but hey, as you say.
Well, I never really hit St. Mark heavy when it comes to mango. So
let the St. Mark people tell you about it.
My area was Springs and...
we sell mango for all the dog in town.
Now, what do this man?
One or two mango trees always have around.
Oh, one or two mango trees. Well, my family land, we have a mango around there. Yeah, and outside of data, other areas we know in the bush where to go and get mango.
I can't say that about Nazi B. Up inside where they up there, real mango.
Even worse when I living in St. David, mango.
Oh God, yes.
Dog.
Yeah.
Fellas pass me bucket of mango and say, here, yeah, break a teeth with mango.
And you're talking about breadfruit. There's a saying that St. David is the only place, one of the only places you can go right through the year and get breadfruit.
I would believe that.
Yeah.
I would believe that. I would believe that. One of the problems that we've had, though, since Hurricane Ivan, a lot of people have not replanted two things, coconut and breadfruit. Two are the main things for the national dish. They haven't replanted that. We lost a lot of the breadfruit trees. We lost a lot of the coconut trees. Now, the breadfruit trees, some of them, they catch back and so on. So you have breadfruit in some instances. But a lot of families who may have had a one or two on the land, maybe they're down to one right now. Or in some cases, they have none. They did not plant back any. The coconut trees, forget that.
That's a disaster.
You could forget that. When it comes to coconuts, in Guinea right now, coconut is like gold.
Yeah, we lost. You can buy a bottle of coconut oil is in almost 40, you know.
Yeah, I mean, this is crazy, man. It's just crazy.
And we have some sporting news here in terms of the
you want to get out? You could go ahead and get that one out if you want to.
What do you call it?
The Pure Grenada Cup.
Pure Grenada Cup, right? The semi-finals has been decided, right? Crown City Strikers, Royal Cannons, Big Parish Stars, and Young Gunners will advance to the semi-finals on Sunday, April 28th at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium, right? So the Pure Grenada football competition has reached the stage of semi-finals. Yes, Saturday semi-finals. Saturday 28th, Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Right? You'll see Young Gunners, Big Parish Stars, Royal Cannons, and Crown City Strikers. So let's break it down. Crown City Strikers is from St. Patrick's. Right. Royal Cannons. Where is Royal Cannons from? Anybody can help me out? Big Parish Stars. You
Royal
know
Cannons is St. George.
St. George. But then you have Big Parish Stars, that's St. Andrews, and then you have Young Gunners.
Young Gunners is the national
youth team, on the 19 team.
The under 19
okay.
team.
And I think they have been the more spectacular team so far in terms of,
anytime I see stories like one of them that just came across my timeline, Trinidad is on murder 167 for the year.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Trinidad what month we in? April?
In April, and Trinidad is on to murder 167.
Oh my God.
Well, by the time I finish talk, they probably reached 170 already.
Or something
but
like that.
they're on 167. And when you hear those stories taking place just 45 minutes to the south of us, and you realize Grenada is such a peaceful, quiet place. Yes, there are one or two incidents in and between.
Of course.
We do have our incidents. We're human beings, so we do have one or two incidents. But when you compare it to other countries, we are indeed blessed. And it's something that we must all be proud of, especially when you consider things like we've just had the Grenada Invitational.
Yes.
And you've seen all of these individuals come here, enjoy themselves, been safe and secure, and be able to leave. And carrying out that positive message about our country out there. And not only the beauty of our country, but the beauty of our people, both inside and outside. How we're friendly. How, for Grenadians, sometimes it's embarrassing for us when we have a friend that's here from overseas and we say, don't dip your hand in your pocket, you're embarrassing me. You know? And no, it happens. I see it happening all the time. We say, don't dip your hand in your pocket, you're embarrassing me. If I'm in your country, you could try that, but you can't do that here. You're embarrassing me.
Especially when it's things to eat and thing like that. Yeah,
it's embarrassing. So that's just the type of people that we are. And it's so good to see all that positive news coming out of Grenada and all that wonderful things. You have to know in life, there are people that will scream your failures. They're shouting it to the mountaintop, from mountaintop to mountaintop. He failed. He do A, he do B, he do C. They'll scream it from mountaintop to mountaintop. But when you are successful, they go on mute.
They grumble.
Yeah? Let all of us as Grenadians not be type A, but be type B. Let us be the ones who are out there giving the positive information about Grenada and being proud, but not only speaking about it, not only giving it out there, but also being part of the process that creates those stories. Yeah, the smile, the simple smile that you might give to someone. Those of us that can smile, or those of you that can smile, Those of us that can smile. The simple assistance that you may give to somebody, or that nice deed that you may do. And we're not only speaking about people that are visiting here. If we can't do it with our own people, how are we going to do it with people from outside?
Charity begins at home.
Yeah, you have to start here. So let us continue to be the wonderful people that we are. We don't want people to be reading about our country and seeing what's going on in Trinidad there right now. 167 murders. Come on, man.
Come on. April.
And that's
23rd.
Trinidadians killing Trinidadians. That's people there killing each other. And reprisal that this one killed that one, so that one killed that one, and that one killed. And the cycle just continues until everybody in that circle dead. And then the next one start up somewhere.
Let me ask you that, Sheldon.
It's important though, because I've had a little friend of mine at the age of 15. His life was snuffed out last month. At the beginning of last month, he was killed at the age of 15, and they give him 15 bullets, one for everyone a year. And they killed him last month. And when you hear stories like that taking place there, you get on your knees and you pray that you will never have those sort of stories taking place in your country. And we're glad we don't, and we don't want it.
At all.
Yeah?
You know, the rate that Trinidad is going, just now you might have more people being murdered than the amount of babies being born per day.
Something definitely has to be wrong. Something definitely... Well, you understand a bit of what is wrong. You know that there's a certain trade that's involved in an aspect of it, and so on. But the callousness and the not caring for life, the fact that before they killed this 15-year-old, they went to his mother and told her that we're going to kill your son. And they just went down the road and killed the guy. To see those sort of things and to hear those sort of stories, we never want to be seeing that taking place in our country. We want to continue having the beautiful country that we have, and we will defend it to the last drop of our blood.
At all costs.
We'll defend the peace and stability of Grenada to the last drop of our blood. And we'll continue loving our neighbors. We'll continue preaching the good message of what is taking place in our country. When something goes wrong, we'll say that something goes wrong. But we won't be, on this program, we won't be the ones telling people, because a person supports party A or party B, that we should be negative towards them.
And don't stretch your hand to help them.
Brothers and sisters, let's understand something here. That sort of attitude, I am a student of history, that sort of attitude is what Adolf Hitler, Himmler, Goebbels, Hess, and the others in the 1930s in Germany, that was the mentality that they started to push against the Jewish population. Yeah? That this set of people was good and intelligent and smart and human, and the other bunch of people was needy, greedy, and subhuman. And we saw what happened. They started preaching that message. That was their message. That these people were needy, greedy, that the Jews were greedy, that they were needy and sucking the state, and that sort of thing. They preached that message in the 1930s, and we saw the eradication of tens of millions of people due to that sort of thinking. We ought not to allow that sort of thinking to germinate in our country, and anyone that pushes that sort of thought, we're supposed to call them out and put them in the place. That if you wear a green band, don't do this, or if you're wearing a yellow band, you're this or that. We have to call it out for what it is. It's the same sort of thing in Rwanda in the 1990s.
Hutus and the Tutsis.
That was this group of people and that group of people. And this group of people was cockroaches, and this group of people was, they actually called them cockroaches. And then you had what happened there, that people started to look at the other set as though they were subhuman, and decided that they would just eradicate them. Let's just get rid of all the cockroaches. What do you do, cockroaches? You get rid of them. And that's the mentality that some people here in Grenada right now, and they did it on the radio in Rwanda, you know. They were on radio, they had a man on radio, and he was calling people cockroaches and all kind of names.
Wait him now. He behind bars though.
He lucky they didn't hang him.
Lucky that them hang him.
The lucky they didn't hang him. But he was on radio doing that in Rwanda.
Preaching violence and hate among the people.
Yeah. We won't accept those sort of things in Grenada. We ought not to accept those sort of things in Grenada. We have to understand history. Those who forget history are doomed to repeat it. We must understand history, remember history, so that we will not allow those sort of things to start to take place. Because if they continue preaching that kind of language, if they start to convert people and get followers to that sort of mentality, you may have people that look at people because of what political party you support. They start to look at these people as subhuman. You're not human. You're like an animal. You're like a monkey. And therefore, it's nothing to kill you. So we have to maintain. We don't want to end up like other countries. We want to be You see how we are right now? The peaceful, yeah, we'd like to see our infrastructure develop, and we'd like to see the economy continue to develop, and we'd like to see different aspects of our society continue to develop. But we'll continue to hold on to certain core values that make us the beautiful, peaceful place that we are, that everybody wants to come to, that everybody wants to visit, that so many people wish they could come and live here. We want to continue holding on to those core values that make us that wonderful country.
Well said.
All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today for Hard Talk. Sorry to finish it like that, but you know, sometimes you have to say it as it is.
That's the way it
167 weeks. Papa, you. Folks, that's all the time we have for Hard Talk today. It's been wonderful being here with you, and everything you say and everything you do it safe and secure, because we want to be speaking to and with you.
And not about you.
Yes, indeed.
Peace
we
out.
are out of here.